Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his verbal bodies. I didn't ask you to interrupt.
Is that correct?
Alrighty. Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Happy Monday to you. Yes, I slept in just a little bit. Hopefully all you slept in as well. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we all slept in and I've got plenty of rest. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Come on in. Everyone take a seat. We have to, first of all, we've got to welcome. It's not going to work today. Seriously? After all that, it's not going to work? I have to use the other button. There we go. Oh, no. Well, that's not good. Okay. Well, my feed's not working. We'll unplug it, plug it back in. That usually fixes things, right? That usually will fix things. Let's see if that works now. No. Okay, that means I have to get up and walk around. You're lucky it's not No Pants Friday. If it were No Pants Friday, this part of the show would be very different than what you're about to see. So.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible.
I was going to say, if that doesn't fix it, I don't know what will, but it fixed it. Welcome, sample user. Thank you. This live stream is the best. No, just kidding. Krista, congratulations. Good morning. It always works when you just unplug it and plug it back in again. It's like number one tech rules. Krista, first in chat this morning with Krista with the sharp S's. I might add. Welcome. Good to have you here first in chat. You know what the penalty is for doing that, though. So I can't ignore your offense. I'm just going to go ahead.
Back, taking it easy.
I was this morning for quite a while. I can't ignore the offense, so we're going to have to go ahead and cite you for that. It's going on your permanent record. I'm going to sentence you to internet ownership for the rest of the day. Sorry, but looks like you're down with that. So good. All right, thank you. Hopefully your weekend was fabulous. Was it wonderful? Was it amazing? Was it good? 6-volt bus. Someone told me nothing rhymes with orange, and I said, no, it doesn't. Love it. 6-volt bus. Thank you. The orange looks great. And at least your profile picture sort of matches with it. So there you go. Looks great. Fallen Respects, member for 2 months. Good morning from Illinois. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you very much, Fallen Respect. Appreciate that. Welcome. Britta Aller, also 8 months with a fantastic group of people. Wonderful mods and RA. Great place to be, Britta. Thank you for the 8 months. There's Fallen Respect again. Thank you again. I clicked on the wrong thing. Holly Mack, that 7 months flew by. Time does fly when you're having fun. Thanks for the great 7 months. Holly Mack, it's been wonderful. Wouldn't be the same without you, though. Melissa War, I used to watch Murder Trials alone. Then I found RA. Don't watch Murder Trials alone. Watch them with RA. This is like the guidebook to happy murder trial watching. Always, I recommend, if you can't watch it with me, watch it with a friend. Watch it with a friend, because these sort of things can be depressing, not just on your own. So thank you very much, Melissa. Big Sky DMC, good morning, RA, gallery, and mods. 10 minute today for me, or 10 miles. I'm going to say 10 meters. I'm not going to aim, if you might run 10 miles, but I'm going to give you 10 meters. That way, if you go more than that, it's just overachieving, and you can feel great about yourself. Mimi NC, happy Monday. Everyone, is a wonderful Monday. It really is. Because Mrs. RA comes home tomorrow. She's been gone for almost a week.
When are we going to break
and single parenthood was not in my DNA. It really is not. I appreciate now more than ever what she does in keeping just the house running. I'll tell you, we went out shopping on Friday, and we probably spent more than we should have. And I realized when we got home that we pretty much didn't have any food in everything we purchased. We did shop and we bought a lot of edible stuff, but it was probably all pretty much treats and
Hank
candy.
Black just sent a super
snack
sticker
food.
with 0.99.
Thank you, Hank. I don't know. I need to get that turned off. It scares the daylights out of me. We went shopping, and I guess we got some milk and we got some bread. So that technically is food. But then everything else that I thought I was shopping for, food, we were getting all sorts of stuff. We come home, we've got here's the ice cream sandwiches. That's going to be one of the meals for one of the days. And we've got, we've got bags of chips, and we've got, Mrs. R.A., I miss you. Please come home. Be safe. Can't wait for you to come back and do the shopping. Anyway, Katie214 says, celebrated my 8 years cancer-free on Saturday. Katie214, congratulations. 8 years cancer-free. That is wonderful. That is definitely worth celebrating. Haley's Comet, whoop, whoop. 7 months. Let's go. Let's go. Congratulations, Haley's Comet.
Hank Black just sent a super sticker with
Hey,
0.99.
I'm getting to you. I'm trying to catch up. Babs Austin, thank you very much. Welcome to the gallery. Love the Green Courthouse. There's Bug Duggar says you should be banned from shopping. RA, technically I am, but I actually love shopping with Mrs. RA. It's a blast. I love to go out shopping with her. I'm always the person who's like sneaking things into the cart, and she's the one who's got the checklist. She's like, that's not on the list. But she does a great job, and she's able to, in one trip, buy everything we need for all the meals for the next 2 weeks. I'm really good at buying everything we need for the next meal. That's about how far I can look into the future and say, oh, we'll need this, and this is how much. I was so bad at buying junk food that I bought the dip and forgot to buy the chips that go along with it. That's how bad I am at shopping. Let's see, Weather Watch. Excited to have my anniversary on a severe weather day. Oh my goodness, what a year it's been. Thanks, Scott. Weather Watch, keep us in the loop. I know there are places all over the country. My wife, back in the Intermountain West, she was up in Idaho, and it snowed like 6 inches on her overnight, and she was terrified of driving in the snow. So I made her rent a car that was capable of handling the snow. And she's like, it's wonderful. It's just the car just goes. It's great. So anyway, so she's out there in the snow. She's going to be flying into somewhere up on the East Coast, probably in the snowstorm tonight, and then coming home. Yeah, she's pretty much everywhere she went, she just got storms. So we'll keep an eye on that. The Creative Bee, I love this community we have here. So glad I stumbled on this channel many months ago. Debbie, thank you. Thank you very much. I still need to put the other profile picture up behind me. I have not done that yet, but I will. I got a buffer sound, which means I'm behind or I missed something, but I'm catching up, I promise. Twisted Branches, 12 months, Twisted Branches. Congratulations on that as well. Gaylin, welcome to the gallery. Brand new member this morning with a beautiful little pup picture. Is that a real pup? He is sitting so straight and tall, it looks like a statue. Might be a statue. I'm convinced. I think it's a real dog. Let's see. Let me find where we were. How many jars of pickles did you do? I did buy jars of pickles. They're chilling in the fridge. It was very astute of you. Did you get Mrs. R.A.'s birthday present? Of all the things I was supposed to do this weekend, no. But she won't be back till tomorrow. I still have time. I talked with her about it. Hank Blatt, thank you very much for the super sticker, by the way. I see that coming in there. I think there was another one earlier right there. Thank you for both of them with the me asleep emoji. Oh my goodness. But let me tell you, I wasn't sleeping in all the way. I was actually, I was doing, good morning from Portland, Tennessee. Valden, Kendall's channel. Welcome. Good to have you here. I'll have to check out your channel too. I think I can do that from here. Let's see. I'll turn off the screen just in case because I don't want to cause problems that way. Valden Kendall's channel. Oh, it's I think this is a child's channel or a parent who's logged into a child's channel because she has movies about telling you my name of my stuffed animals, how to teach your fingerlings, and a couple. I'm going to subscribe. We've got a future star there, so that's exciting. Okay, I'm subscribed. You got me hooked. You got me hooked. Okay, so hide chat, show chat again. We'll bring back our comments in just 1 second. Pop out chat. So Valden Kendall, I need to know what's the story here. Is this your daughter, grandchild, neighbor's friend who uses your computer? I don't know. Let's see. Messenger's going nuts as well. Okay. Did we learn what happens when Ari gets distracted? Oh, we found out, says Adam. Yes. Let's see. It's on granddaughter's iPad. Well, Valden Kendall, I'm not sure if everyone can do this, but when I right-click on your name, I get an option that says go to channel. And I think your granddaughter would find it just wonderful if a lot of people followed her and said, great job on your videos, naming your stuffed animals and everything. I don't know that you don't have to, but that would be fun. All right, it is super cold in Utah. It's super cold in Idaho, where my wife was. I think she's flying out of Salt Lake, so she should be in Utah today. Hope so. You never really know because she doesn't have a cell phone until she shows up. I just assume. All right, where were we? There was buffer sounds all over the place, and I'm missing probably birthdays. Linda Ann has just had her birthday. Happiest of birthdays to everyone celebrating their birthdays today. Is there anyone else we need to sing to on this special occasion? Anybody? We need to do a birthday sing. Galen, did we welcome you? Yes, we did, because you had is that a Saint Bernard? I think it's a Saint Bernard. I'm not super good with my animal breeds, but okay. Flip the switch. Flip this switch. That one. Got it. First try. Let's see. He takes my earphones out of my ears to listen to you. I babysit and listen to you. Tracy, that's awesome. That is wonderful. Let's see. Okay, mine. Who's Tammy? Tammy, you had a birthday? Okay. I have to keep notes on my end because I have the memory of a goldfish. It was orange and it was swimming in a pool. That's all I can remember.
Talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Tammy's birthday. We had go back a little bit. Where's the birthday message I just barely had? Oh, Linda Ann. Anybody else we need to sing to? I'm young. Oh my goodness. There's like severe weather from Texas all the way up to the East Coast, or there will be over the next little while. It's been a crazy. Wasn't there like a tornado in Florida last week? It's nuts. Ella Cole says, I got into a rabbit hole watching a 5 to 7 year old girl playing out full storylines with model ponies and a barn the other night. That is the best kind of creative play. Is the best kind of play for kids that age. That is amazing. Cannot be. You can't replace that with a digital device. That is really cool. I think it's just. Oh, is Mrs. R.A. here? I don't see her. She might be sleeping in. Let's see. Tomorrow's your birthday. It's supposed to be bad weather in South Carolina. We're going to be on tomorrow. Paralegal is just probably first just in the morning because I have to go get my wife, and it's 4 hours of driving to go pick her up from the airport. 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So I've got to have a break tomorrow. But we'll probably do the morning live stream and then drive away. Unless I've got her schedule wrong, and then I might have to skip that and do an afternoon thing. Oh no, this was her YouTube channel. Okay, thank you. We can't talk about her presence or possible presence if she's on the chat. Lindsay, happy birthday on January 6th. We missed that last week. We can add you to the list if that works. With an EY, I almost spelled it with an AY. Gotcha. G. Elkram. Is it Elkram or Elkram? David Bowie's birthday today. He can sing to himself, though, right? Probably better than I could. All right. Today, Banchan. All right, we've got a few people. I think we've got everything. Oh, he's dead, you monster. But doesn't he like live on forever in people's iPods and things like that? Is that not a thing? No, he's dead. Not anymore. I'm sorry. Too soon, I guess. Too soon. When is the Las Vegas bench jumper sentencing? That's supposed to have happened or is happening right away, but I have not seen the video. I'm wondering if it'll come out later. It's going to be so quick that I doubt we're going to have much footage on it. As it's Elvis's birthday, sing happy birthday in that style. Oh, man. It's Elvis's birthday today? Oh, happy birthday to you. Uh-huh. I can't do Elvis very well. Let's see. Breezy says, wanted you to see my new rescue pup, Steel, named after Zoolander. Oh, wow. Look at those eyes. That's awesome. Beautiful, Breezy. That's an awesome pup. Thanks for getting a rescue as well. That is really, really cool. Also, we have Galen says he's a real dog named Remington, a cadaver search dog, Rottweiler, who has good manners and lots of training. He looks almost like a statue in this picture. Of course, it's a small picture, but he's just sitting perfectly oriented and paying attention. But that's awesome, Galen. Thank you very much. All right, Elvis and David Bowie's birthday today. Everybody, we're going to sing this together. We've got Tammy, Linda Ann, Lindsay, G. Elkram, and Bunchan. We're going to sing to, and then, of course, Elvis. And Sister Jamie in heaven. That's cool. And here we go. Everybody together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tammy, Linda, and Lindsay, G. Elkram, and Bunchan. A happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Elvis. Happy birthday, Jamie, in heaven as well. Let's see. May not do Elvis. No, I don't do Elvis very well. David Bowie as well. Happy birthday. You and Elvis. Obviously not able to sing to us, but we're singing to you. So, yeah, because the birthday song is always so loud. Got the office humming along. Hello, everyone in M. Young's office. Welcome. Good to have us here. All right, good to have you here. That was all. That's all. Elvis has left the building. I always want to add the cha-cha-chas like you did as a kid. I did that and many more on Channel 4 is what we would do. I guess that's the lame add-on, but that's what I did. All right, that Elvis impression made me nauseous, petrified. I sort of feel sick doing it. So, I guess I should have been like, happy birthday. Yeah, no. You guys, don't clip that. As a matter of fact, this part of the internet should just be deleted. Really, if anyone sees Tayo Toys, he's fired. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. We've got some stuff coming up. I was digging this morning into a case that is coming up. It's actually the next appearance is this month. The case starts next month, and it's one that the my fantastic mods were telling me about. That is. It's a gold digger case. And you think, oh, gold digger, that's somebody who's like trying to get the money from somebody. Yes, but it's sort of weird because he was actually getting people to dig for gold and then he'd kill them. So they, instead of actually digging for gold, they were sort of digging their own grave and then he'd kill them in the grave. When they thought there was gold in the hole, four people. It's crazy. It's out of King County, Washington. Originally, it was listed in King County District Court, and I was hunting for that. I could not find it. Ended up being in Superior Court, and the reason why I think it moved from King County District Court to Superior Court is it went from a single murder charge up to 4, because while they were recovering one body, then they found like the rib bones of somebody else, because apparently he buried them all in the same place. Wow, yeah, this is a crazy story where the courtroom up there is very open to media coverage, but we might have to be there. They're sort of like, hey, you guys, as long as you follow the rules and don't, one camera, and you guys work it out amongst yourselves. So it's a lot like what the situation we had down in Florida. You can film it. It's good. You guys, all you media people, just figure out how you're going to share the footage, and that's good. Don't bother the court. And so we'll do the work on that end. We might have to have somebody there. But I offended David Bowie and Elvis in one birthday. I did. There are some things I do well, and being Elvis and David Bowie are not one of them. She ain't nothing but a gold digger. Yeah. Anyway, this is Weather Watch's channel. If you type !WW, that his channel will come up on the stream. This case is bizarre. It really is. It's a case called Richard Walter Bradley Jr. He lured folks to find buried gold. There's a hearing on the 12th. I just did some research this morning. I was actually doing that when I was supposed to be live, and that's why I was not live. Let's bring this up here. Come on. Let me show you what I found. Let's close that. And let's make this bigger. All right, you're not going to be able to see this very well, but we're gonna bring it up on screen anyway. This is the state of Washington. We're up here in King County Superior Court Clerk's office. State of Washington criminal active. So here's the latest. So we've got the 12th for an omnibus calendar hearing. They're going to hear basically everything about the court. It's like a pretrial meeting, okay? And that's going to be held there. And then we've got the trial date set for, originally it was set for the 8th. And now we're seeing it set for the 5th. So it would be nice if the trial date was today, but I'm just not seeing that. So I don't know. It's weird because now they've got a hearing after the trial date's supposed to start. I think that trial date, just like these other ones, has come and gone, and it's not going to happen. So hopefully it's going to happen on the 5th. This case, if we go to the charges, first of all, let's look at the summary really quickly with you guys. Summary. Oh, I waited too long. Hold tight. Apparently you can't wait because now it's gone. And now I need to find, let's do a quick case search again. Criminal case search type 1. It's criminal. The case number is this guy right here. Now this is the hardest part. Okay. EPP9. You guys concur? EPP9? EPP9. I'll search. And of course, now it can't even find the case. We'll add the 3KNT on the end. This was so hard to find this morning. Honestly, I was digging all over the place until I finally found it. But
I'm not a camel.
Not a camel. Why? It's King County Superior. Am I getting the letters wrong? 3YB5. Maybe I'm not supposed to do them capital. Is that it? No results found. Now I got the capture wrong.
Someone with more experience.
Okay, so I'm going to need some help finding this one apparently because it's not finding it now. It was there. You guys saw it. You guys saw it, right? It was on the screen. Everyone can see that I had it pulled up properly. Need the caps. I sunk my battleship. I sunk your battleship. Adam Sharp Est Mansky. Adam, one day you're going to get stuck with a name you choose, and you're not going to be happy with it. Go to your history. The problem is the page is dynamic, and it's not. And plus, you're going to see my whole history here. Let's see. It was this guy right here. Let's see. 21101827 3KNT. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Bummer. Okay, so anyway, we've got. I think you had a space before the 22. I'll re-enter it here. We'll do one more time. Okay. No space. 22. Oh, it should be 21. Why did I do 22? I need 21, 1, 0. Oh, I've got the completely wrong case number. That's why, guys. You had me enter the wrong number. I'm gonna blame everybody but myself because it was clearly my fault. 1827.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
3. Now IIRY. There we go.
Squirrel.
Here we go. It's going to work this time, guys. We fixed it. Yes, there it is. So State of Washington versus Bradley Richard Walter Jr. This is murder premeditated. This case is bizarre. This case is really, really bizarre. And the thing that's interesting is, like in, I think 3 of the murders, I believe he's accused of, after he kills them, first of all, he comes into possession with something that they had, whether it was a pound of fentanyl or meth or something, just massive amounts of drugs, a lot of cash, something that each one of his victims had that he wanted. And he also ends up driving their car around. Okay, so they go missing, and he's driving the car around in like every case over and over. Okay, so we've got the summary. There's the filing date. It was originally filed in 2021, so it's due to be in court here right away. We've got these charges for premeditated murder. Our participants. I don't know who the judge is yet. Let's see. Just the King County Prosecuting Attorney. The document list. I'll have to request some records here. Events coming up. Judgments. Those aren't in yet because there shouldn't be a judgment because it hasn't been decided yet. But going down to the document list, let's see what we've got. If we make this a little bit bigger. Okay, he was booked 5/28/21. There's the notice of arraignment. The affidavit right there. Initial arraignment. I want to see what he's filed. Got some sealed documents in here. DNA fingerprint samples. Order to transport authorized use of reasonable force. That's interesting. Evidence retention. Hang on one second. Okay, so some more, lots of continuations. Continuation of the trial, omnibus hearing, and trial date. So it seems like it's just being bounced. Like the continuation started right here, 8/30 of 2022. They started continuing and just doing this omnibus hearing and trial date, omnibus hearing and trial date, over and over. So hopefully we're getting close to this. So it's not a done deal that we're going to be able to watch this or be able to have it happen when it's scheduled to. Which, if we go back to the events, the trial date we're looking at right now, these last 2 in bold because everything in gray is past, right? So we had one slated for today, but there we've got 8/30 is the trial date, or 2/5. We're going to put this on the calendar. Let me update my spreadsheet, which is over here. I think. There it is. Let's see. So this is going to be February 5th. And his name one more time is Richard Walter Bradley Jr. Greeners, did you hear the joke about deja vu? Did you hear the joke about deja vu? Greeners, that's no good. Case number 21-1-01827-3. Okay. And this is, I think is this in Auburn, Washington? King County. Court is, I need to make this smaller so I can see what they're doing. Why is this not working? There we go. Okay, King County Superior Court. Copy the link for the search and put that in here so I can search it again when I need to. Okay, there we go. All right, now I missed everything in chat. Let's see what we're talking about here. Let me go back. Thank you, Samantha, for that. You corrected me on the number. I was not paying attention. I was just stumbling over the wrong one. How about first and last name instead? Well, we finally figured it out. That their system's a little clunky. Like you can find it by their name, and then it'll give you the case number. But then you have to like do a new search to find the case number and drill down. Yes, Calamity Jane. Love Emily D. Baker and Rob, who both use that. We need to take it easy on Krista. She's doing her best. I'm making it hard on her as well. All right, we have a couple things to do today. We've got while we're waiting for courts to begin. We also there's another one. There's a case coming up out of Florida. Just got a notice from Manatee Courthouse this morning. Let's see, what was that? Where's Manatee? Oh, there's Mrs. R.A. is talking. Is Mrs. R.A. in chat? She just says she just got access to Wi-Fi. So hang on one second. Okay, I need to open a Zoom meeting for Mrs. R.A. Hold tight. This is how we get around her not having a phone call, or a phone, by the way. There we go. Okay, so I've opened a Zoom meeting for Mrs. R.A. But there we go. Okay, she's not on yet. I could bring her on, like visual. Not, I guess I could do it visually as well. But how does she not have a phone? She's busy texting my son, who's at college right now, because she's using an iPad. Why doesn't she have a phone? This is her choice. Trust me, if I had a choice, she would have a phone. But I can't force her to have a phone, no more than I could force her to answer it if she had one. So this is her preference. All right. Let's see. Don't tell. No one has to mention anything about shopping right now when she comes on. Okay. Just be quiet about that. Let's see. How do you survive without a phone? She has 2 iPads, but no phone. Do get the laundry done. My son started it this morning. Does that count? We've already rotated it once already, so one load has been through. All right, we're gonna pull up a court while we're waiting for this. I have a couple things. I have questions, Miss Sorry. These are questions for the channel. I think. Let's see. Let me get need the manatee. Come on. Where's my Manatee Courthouse updates? There we go. Okay. There's a court reminder for, this is, let me pull up Manatee. Where's that? Okay, let me bring this over. Here we go. Oh, Mrs. RA doesn't know this, but she is live on the air, so don't say anything. Yay. Hey, you're live on the air, so just so you know.
Okay, that's not quite what I was trying to get. I'm trying to hook up with the kids and have a good morning Zoom. Is that possible?
Yes, if they can join. I've sent the link to our eldest child at home. But
okay, that's awesome. But maybe let's not do it live in front of everybody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just need to have it open so that he can join. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
He's updating Zoom right now. Once he joins, I can make. Well, I think I can make you host, and
okay.
I can bail. Good morning, by the way. Oops. Good morning, by the way. I forgot that. I muted.
Good morning. I'm sorry. I was trying to get a hold of you last night, and it was so late by the time I got in that I thought you're asleep, and so that's what happened. And then I didn't get Wi-Fi till this morning right now. So I'm sorry. How are you doing?
Great. How's the snow?
Deep. Apparently, they haven't had any snow here until we came.
You brought it. Everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to talk to you about something about shopping. I have no idea what they're talking about, so don't pay any attention to any of their messages.
Oh,
but
I can't see their messages, but I don't know if you told them. I asked for something for my birthday, and I totally got it. I did not want to do the nasty paperwork, and so I asked Scott if he would please do all of the paperwork so I wouldn't have to, and he did that. So I am one happy girl. It's good. I'm happy.
About that.
You did the paperwork, right?
About that.
Oh, Scott, you didn't do the paperwork.
I told you there's one part that we have to have. They won't let us submit it unless we have it, and the three signatures, yours and two others.
Hey,
nobody's in town to sign.
Scott, we've got like our whole family on here. Maybe let's just have our family and not everybody else.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. We're gonna turn that one off so they can't. They're off the air. My kids are on with Mrs. RA. I'm in trouble. So I'm going to drop off right here. Okay. There we go. About that. No, she knows. We've got paperwork for a company that we're forming, and two of the partners are out of town, and it needs their signature before I can hit the submit button. But I've done everything else, so we're good. Megan, it's not that bad. She's not a happy girl now. Now she's happy. She is. All right. I can help you for $5 a signature. No, this one's, it's very important that the people who sign, that their signatures match, because we have to do lots of stuff. Anyway, we were doing this. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We're going to Manatee Court, and I'm just going to show you what we have there, because there's a court coming up. Search court records. We're going to do a case number, and it's going to be this guy right here. Have you guys followed this case at all? Ashley Christina Benefield. Anybody? By show of hands, do you guys know who this is? Squirrel. She stands accused of second-degree murder for shooting and killing her estranged husband, Doug Benefield, inside their Florida home. This is the ballet dancer goes on trial for shooting dead her estranged husband. She's pushing a stand-your-ground defense after claiming he was violent and tried to poison her. This is the ballet battle. The ballerina, yes. And it's coming up. Look here. Look, here's what we've got. As far as the, let's see, business person, site case number, case type. Where are we at? Where's our dates? We're showing that we've got a hearing on this on, well, tomorrow. But it's not the actual trial, so the trial's not happening yet. Let's see if business has it. Nope, that's not it. I should have kept it where I had it. This is like one of the least helpful things ever. Defendant open file date. Oh, right here. I have to click the eyeball. They hide it. They hide it from you. Ballet, not belly. Ballet dancer. I believe this is the one where she only knew him for like a very short time, and then got married and then ended in murder. So we've got the date of everything. Charges, events. We need the events. Okay, so they've got a Jack's hearing, I think is what's happening right now. Scroll to the bottom here. That's the other motion. Usually JACS, this is usually related to payment of an expert witness by somebody who's like, you have as a public defender. That's my experience with that. Expected for case management, and then, case management right here. Usually case management will tell us where they're at and if they're ready to move forward. But as you can see, the case management, we've had a couple of those before where we find out where they're at, and then it takes a little more time. So this is moving forward slowly, but this might be the end of this month, the same date that Sarah Boone really gets going. If she does, I don't think it will. We're going to find out where they're at and if that's going to be happening as well. She's being held on a $100,000 bond. Charged from subject being arrested and fingerprinted. Felony first degree. This is life. The maximum she can face is life for second degree murder. Same charge as Sarah Boone, as a matter of fact. So it's funny that they have the same date that they're going to appear in court on a hearing. Well, at least it's currently as it's scheduled. But
when are we going to break for lunch, Judge?
I'm not going to say anything about this, but did anyone else go to school in like high school in the 90s? Does that anybody? No? Okay. Crazy. All right. So that's going on. Let me now get to where we want to watch some court. I think we're gonna join Judge Stephanie Boyd this morning to see what she has happening. Because we're waiting for trials to start. We're waiting for good trials to start. Okay, so there were some shirts that were popular in the 90s. And by popular, I mean a certain group of people wore them, and they were very suggestive shirts, and they had double entendre type things. There we go. Courtney, she's like, yeah, I had them. I had those shirts. That was elementary, says KRH. Yes, so the Big Johnson bail bonds apparently is apparently that's how, that's how that's a thing. Okay, give me 1 second. Right, we're going to jump in with Judge Stephanie Boyd here because she's got stuff happening, and we're going to follow it.
Find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, and we have discussed it with probation. It's to deny the motion and alternate amend for access services and ISP.
That is your agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Delgado, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Ralph B. Delgado.
All right. Mr. Delgado, why have you not been reporting what's going on?
Well, actually, I did report, but when I reported, because they had me signed in the day that I had left, my appointment was at 11. And my probation officer, he came out about 11:15, and I saw him, and he called a name, and I thought it was me, so I started getting up to go over there. And then he told me to sit back down. So I sat back down, and I sat there till like 12:15, 12:30, something.
All right,
like
so you're saying this has happened each month because you have not reported for more than 1 month. And you haven't been, although they're not considering it, and I'm not going to take it in consideration, but it also says in the motion to revoke, you have not been submitting to drug testing. Here's the thing. Both of them, the state and defense, have come to an agreement to continue you. Probation obviously wants to continue to work with you. But if you're not going to be honest, and if you just want to go to the state jail facility, I'll just send you to the state jail facility and you can get help on your own. But if there's something going on in your world that is making you unsuccessful at this probation, you need to let the court know. Because there are other people that we can place in ISF. It's not unlimited. You know, we don't have unlimited space in ISF. We don't have unlimited space for people to get help with their drug issues. So if you just want to do your time, you can do your time and be done.
I'll take the probation.
All right. So why are you not being successful at probation? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The one time I didn't go on the day that he wanted me to, it was like 3:00 in the afternoon, and he wanted me to go from the probation officer on 90 to downtown, and I didn't get there till 4:30, and then they already quit the testing. So, but I did go the next day, but I didn't get there the day that he assigned me to.
Okay. All right. And so with regards to potential mental health, how are we going to work with that probation?
Access services, the outpatient treatment with the Center for Healthcare Services that provides case management for all mental health services.
All right. How long?
Whether or not you have insurance.
All right. Let me ask you this. How long will it take for them to set him up with that?
To be completely honest, I don't have a time frame. We have to send over the referral. This is something new that's been brought to our attention. But my understanding has been great success.
All right. So then this is what we will do then. I don't think, oh, and you sent the email. Thank you so much, Bashan. All right. So then this is what I want to do. I'm going to deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include access services through CHCS. And instead of going to state ISF, I'm going to do a jail sanction for him. And we can set up the access. Can we do that?
We didn't ask for state ISF. We asked for that ISP program, which is high risk.
Okay.
High risk, so that we can check on him more.
How often will you be checking on him with that?
At least 1 to 2 times a month.
All right.
He'll check in more often, and we'll go to his home more often.
All right. So how does everybody feel about a 2-week Bexar County jail sanction so that we can get the access services set up?
State's fine with
it. Probation?
2 weeks. 2 more weeks in jail, you mean?
Yes.
Before I can be released?
Because do you have a place to stay?
Yes.
Who are you staying with?
I had just bought me a travel trailer.
I'm sorry, what?
I had just purchased a travel trailer for a home, and I set it up on a lot on 15891 Hensley Road.
Okay, what did he say?
He said he just purchased a travel trailer jersey and set it up. I didn't get the address.
All right.
We don't need his address.
I do not know that the access program will do his evaluation.
They will not?
I don't think so.
All right, so I'll deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include access service through Center for Healthcare Services, and then do ISP. And you're to provide today probation your address. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I do get the
You're
feel
welcome.
people that are failing at probation, when they get let go on probation again with tighter restrictions, they're probably going to fail that as well.
Counsel?
Judge,
Yes.
I conferred with the state judge. At this point, they're not willing to waive the enhancements because he's got 3 other cases that are going to be filed as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, you may be excused.
Oh, Tisha, I'm so sorry. Hope everything goes fabulous for him. I know a lot of times kids can heal very quickly, so, and they're amazing as well. I mean, their bodies are incredible. Hopefully that's the situation for your son. Thoughts and prayers with him, Tisha. Yes, PNW transparency. I saw that case number you dropped with the January 18th date. Is that the case you're familiar with? I mean, it's you might think it's funny to ask this, but is that one of your cases, or is that another case that you think we'd be interested in following? That's someone else.
Yeah.
January 18th is Lori Vallow, Daybell. It's assault on you. Oh, okay. So are you pressing charges, or are you listed as a defendant on that one?
Morning.
I apologize. The slow chat's a pain. The interesting thing about the Ashley Benefield case, the ballerina case, is that they got married 13 days after they met. That's why that case just perks my interest a little bit. But we'll watch for the response by PNW. If I miss it, let me know. Ooh, it looks like Dr. Joe is going to do another interview with Greg Anderson tomorrow evening. That's awesome. We'll watch for that. If you don't follow Dr. Joe, he does great interviews. He's a great individual, and Greg Anderson is always fun to watch an interview. He's a character as well. Smart guy, really fun, really nice. Not the kind of guy you'd want opposite you in a courtroom, though. Got a court feed out of Texas right now that looks interesting. I haven't seen before. It's Terrence Holmes' personal meeting room, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2. Well, the judge is busy. I don't know what she's doing. She might be checking her email. But while she's doing that, let me see if we can bring this over. Give this a try. Okay, here we go.
Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
This is a new one for me.
Doing well, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Bird's case?
Your Honor, we not received and reviewed discovery. We still have discovery to complete on his case, Your Honor. So
Okay.
we're not, unfortunately, I won't be able to make an announcement at this time.
Give us a reset date.
March 1st.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 1st of 2024. Mr. Paget, your reset will be sent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Byrd, stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Paget, and also stay in contact with your bondsman. Mr. Byrd,
Yes, sir.
and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next time, Mr. Bird, when you appear on Zoom, do not have a hat on.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
don't wear a hat.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that.
You're welcome. All right. Next case is
No hats.
cause number 23CCCR 1792. Case is filed the state of Texas versus Toby McKinley Jones. Mr. Jones is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Jones, how are you doing?
Okay, sir.
That's good. Now, Mr. Jones, you're represented by your attorney, James Paget. Attorney Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Jones' case?
Your Honor, it is also our first appearance on Mr. Jones' case. Discovery was requested on the 2nd. I've received most of it. So we still need to receive a few more things and review it with my client.
Okay. So, Mr. Paget, this case will also be reset until March 1st of 2024. Your reset will be sent to you. Mr. Jones, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And Mr. Paget, I think this is your last case. You're free to go and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your consideration. Have a good day.
All right, same to you. Next case is cause number 23CCCR 0788. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Tyrone Hadley. And Mr. Hadley is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Hadley, you could take your mic off of mute. Okay, how are you doing, Mr. Hadley?
He's driving.
I'm doing fine, Judge. How you doing today?
All right. Now, Mr. Hadley, we're in court. You need to take the hat off your head. Okay. Now, Mr. Hadley, you're represented in this case by your attorney Scott Rennick. Attorney Rennick, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Rennick, what is your announcement in Mr. Hadley's case?
Judge, we would ask for a reset on this matter for the announcement. Prosecutor Hubel just received this case. He still needs to review some of the videos for us to have a meaningful discussion about a resolution to it. We would just ask for one standard reset, and we believe we can have an announcement to the court at that time.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 1st, 2024. Mr. Rennick, your reset will be sent to you. And Mr. Hadley, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, Mr. Hadley, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Rennick, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good day as well.
Thank you.
This is it's interesting. I'm not sure if they say what's your announcement to the court. Is that like how they plead or what they want to move forward with? They want to have a trial? Do they want to?
What happened?
Nothing happened.
I did.
Tech is hard, Judge. Tech is hard. You're still here. We still see you. Love the backdrop too. The clearly Admiralty Court because we have the orange fringe on the flags, but Becca Lynn, we are talking about a lot of cases. That somebody was asking about the lady who got married 13 days after they met someone. That is the Ashley Benefield ballerina trial. She met her, well, the husband that she then shot and married him after 13 days. Whoa. Echo. Judge, you need to turn off. Mike. Sounds cool, though. Now there's no more echo. Anyway, so that trial's coming up. That's going to be a fun one. It's down in Florida. And we love that. Let's see. Florida is, because Florida is wide open. Let's see, what county is that in? That's in Manatee County. So we might actually have the same PIO, Public Information Officer, that we had because I think she does it for multiple counties. All right, Texas attorney here. They asked for your announcement to see what you're proceeding on today. Okay, so what's your announcement is basically why you're here, what do you need? And so the announcement is we want to reset. Give us more time. Cat Toes, lots of kicking the can down the road. We're going to jump back to Judge, well, if they figured out the mic here. If Judge Terrence has figured out the mic, we're going to stick with him. But if not, we'll jump back to Judge Boyd. A lot of court cases just drag on. I mean, you look at some of the murder trials we watched, especially if they've waived the right to a speedy trial. Okay, if you have not waived, if you have asserted that right to a speedy trial, typically you're going to have, in most jurisdictions, I'd say a trial within 90 to 120 days tops. Unless there are a few exceptions, it's all different. Everyone's speedy trial is different length of time, but if you waive that, then both sides can basically take as long as they want within reason to get ready and to do more research and to have their experts confer and analyze and things. What county is this? This is, I believe, is it Jefferson County? Terrence Holmes' personal meeting room. Great way to research trials with documentation attached. Join our friends on Discord. I think we have like 3,400 people nearly over there on Discord. So if you want to find a great group of friends who can guide you through some of the court documents that we're interested in, that's the place to do it. Yeah, Delphi. That's a tough one. It's very tough. I saw this news story, Selena K. Over the weekend, Provo, Utah, there was a woman that shot and killed her husband, said it was self-defense. Police said the story doesn't make sense. She's in jail now. This one, she said he attacked her, and she shot him in self-defense, and she kept shooting as he was leaving the room because she felt he was going to get another gun to attack her. The evidence on the scene that I saw from the story I read this morning was that there are defects on the floor that would indicate that he was shot in the head while laying on the floor, which is a tough, shot downward. That's tough to claim self-defense in. They did search the house, find another gun. It was in her purse, and it had blood stains on it. She said it was from killing animals at close range. The blood stains tested to be human. I believe it's his blood. So she's got a tough uphill battle there with some of the facts that are against her, or the allegations that are against her. Are we going to cover Adam Montgomery's upcoming trial? There's another tough one. What's the date for Adam? Here's the thing. If we don't have anything else, we might take some of these harder cases. Let's see. Where's the trial? We covered, didn't we cover Adam Montgomery's firearms trial? Do you guys remember that? That was the one where there were all the guns that were changing hands and he wasn't supposed to own any. Are we going to cover Karen Reed that starts March 12th? Brandy Churchwell is going to cover Karen Reed. Brandy's done an amazing job on that one. She's got a podcast specifically for that trial that is doing phenomenally. So she's going to be covering that one. We're going to cover something else. Are we covering today in Vegas the guy jumping the judge? I have not been able to find a live feed of that I am allowed to share, Tina. The courts, there are some courts that provide a feed, but they're very strict that they cannot be rebroadcast. And we do have to follow all those rules because we are often...
Can we possibly work it out?
We're often finding ourselves in those states to request access, and so if we burn that bridge, we burn it forever, and we lose access in the future. Chris, I like watching harder cases. We've watched a few. I mean,
all right, Ms.
we're here for
Ferguson.
Letitia Stout. I mean, that was a tough
Randy Elizondo, can you give me a 45-day reset, please?
Do we have? Are you talking Alex Murdaugh on this one as well? That is looking more and more like there may be a new trial.
For discovery, correct?
Yes.
The 29th of February.
All right, February 29th.
That'd be fine with me.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Joe.
Ernest Fernandez.
This is also a discovery issue, Judge.
Okay.
What's the date for the Crumbleys?
Last court hearing, we were here, the court signed a
Light discovery?
Yes, by discovery. In talking to Mr. Wilson this morning, apparently he got a letter back from the lab at the end of February that it would be about 60 days. And so we're probably, same thing, maybe the 29th would be a good day also.
Yes, ma'am. At the end of November, they said a month or two, 30 to 60 days. So I think the end of November, we might have that back, Judge. I emailed them today to say, hey, is this still pending? And I haven't heard back from them yet, but if their timeline is right, we should have that back by the end of this month.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Ernest Fernandez, if you'll call that back for February 29th.
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Trying to find the date for the
You too.
Crumblies.
Don't get me into March. Costa Rica.
You have to send me a stamp or postcard from there. All right, Christopher Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Trials begin January 23rd.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Ooh.
This is Mr. Gonzalez.
I'm interested in this one.
All right, so who is the prosecutor? This is family violence.
Let's add this to our list.
It is family.
Obviously,
Yes.
it's
Morning.
Good morning.
the Crumblies.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Insert.
All right, so this is jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
So Norma, is family violence up this week?
And Judge, Anna Ochoa is currently not in today, but we have a discovery issue that's been going on. It's very relevant to the case, and we're working on that.
What's the discovery issue?
Apparently, the complainant had made an allegation of sexual assault regarding a different person several weeks before this allegation, and we're looking into that matter, or at least the state's trying to find out more details about that. We think it's highly relevant.
State?
Your Honor, I believe counsel spoke with my counterpart, and Allie's going to look into that today as soon as we're done here. I don't have an estimated time to run it, but maybe by the end of the week should be sufficient if I understand counsel and Allie's discussion.
Thank you, Connie.
It's about right, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Put this on the jury trial for the 16th.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Mike, I'll keep you posted.
This couple, the Crumblies, the Crumbles, the Crumblies, however
January
you want to
16th.
pronounce it.
Okay.
All right.
The
You're welcome.
reason
So
why
once you
this-
sign the reset form, you're excused. And thank you for dressing up. You always dress appropriately for court.
All my clients look good, don't they?
Yeah.
That's right.
Same suit.
Have a seat.
The reason why this is very interesting is because these are the parents of a convicted
And
school shooter,
Mr. DeLeon,
and they're being
on
charged.
this case, I know it's a first
their
degree.
role
If you
for
would like a
enabling
second chair appointed, you're more than welcome to have a second chair.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
We can pick that up.
Is it a death penalty case? Did she just say? She just allowed him to bring on a second chair, probably because of the
And
severity of
counsel,
the
your
case.
client was late this morning. But they tell me the elevator was broken.
It's true.
I guess people cannot take stairs anymore.
County won't provide better equipment.
Of course they will not.
We should blame the sheriff.
MLS?
I can.
Familiar. Who's MLS? Why am I?
I'm trying to. Open choice. Oh, yeah, much like they can fall out of a plane.
We can extend
It's
for
in the
you.
air. That's a hard one.
We can extend for you. Then if he needs to get off early on.
Gentlemen, because I'm going to meet you are docket, and I need to.
Robert Caroline?
Ready, Your Honor. This is a plea.
Sure.
Caroline?
Okay, so they're having their own trials. The judge separates them. Both trials begin on the same date.
Speak up so that court reporter can take every word. She cannot take a.
Okay.
Verbal.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes. I'll be back.
Court is calling 2023 CR 10711, State of Texas versus Robert Edmund Caroline. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
James Seeloff for the defense.
And are you Mr. Caroline?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Caroline?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Caroline, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Off the record for a moment, if you can move to that end, but there's no talking behind the court reporter when we're on the record. We're back on the record. Mr. Caroline, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, you're proceeding on 1 and 2, Your Honor.
Right.
That's the officers. That's what 1 and 2 is.
All right, Mr. Caroline, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am. I do believe so. Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand in count 1 and in count 2, you're charged with assault on a peace officer or judge bodily injury? That's a second-degree felony in each count. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine in each count. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you and your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I believe he was.
Mr. Caroline, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, they haven't, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, they haven't.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Okay.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1 and count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison in each count. There's a $1,500 fine. Is that to be in each count?
Yes.
And also the state is recommending community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's our plea.
State, is that the plea? Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, there is not.
Outside the plea, the state is requesting that your community supervision.
It was $200, sir. Is what you were going to request.
That your community supervision be for a term of 5 years, there be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, state exhibit number 1 with all its attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
You may continue to confirm. Showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
No objection.
The court will review. It's not something you object to. She's going to find enough evidence to accept his guilty plea here. Okay, I'm curious. I'm making law simple. Is he going to have his own cameras in the courtroom? Are you familiar with that one? We're talking about the going back up to Michigan, the Crumbly case.
All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty of count 1. Court will find you guilty of count 1. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty of count 2, and the court will find you guilty of count 2. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We waive PSI.
So we've got some
Anything
yeses,
you wish to say on
some
behalf of your
noes, some
client?
absolutely
Your
not.
Honor, it's court appointed, so I asked the court to take that into consideration of assessing fine and then the amount of community service. Do you have a place to stay once you get released, if you are released on probation?
The VA hospital was what I was.
You were going to go to the VA hospital?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
That's
That's where I was hoping to go.
He's a retired veteran, Your Honor.
PNW, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Sorry about the slow chat.
After 4 years, you were honorably discharged.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He served honorably overseas in the late 80s.
88, as a Persian Gulf veteran, I was in MAGTF 388, MUSOC Marine Expeditionary Unit Special Operations Capabilities. We were a raider force in the Persian Gulf in that period of time.
He was a Marine.
Does he need to be in
All right, well, let's
Veterans
do
Court?
this. Before I make a ruling on sentencing, Bashan, can you see if Herman can come down? Let's see if someone from Veterans Treatment Court can come down, because I want to make sure that he has housing in place. So if y'all will just wait a moment, we'll call someone from Veterans Treatment Court to speak with you, and then I'll make a ruling on on your sentence.
You know, how long will it take? I got another court. I'm doing a play.
Oh, just it'll probably take 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Where are you going to be?
The 144th.
All right, if you want to go ahead and go to the 144th, how long do you anticipate that taking?
It's going to be a plea. However, wherever I am at,
All right, so if
I'll be back in a half hour.
All right, so if you can see if he can come here by 10:30? 10:30? All right,
Thank
and
you.
we'll make a ruling.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for the correction, Haley's comment. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Hello.
The aftermath of the Crumbly case is phenomenal. That whole story, them going on the run, burner phones, cash. There's so much to go into. Now with the case split and both being tried at the same time, though, that could be a little challenging to follow. The Crumbly case, their son was a convicted shooter at a school. And it became apparent that the parents may have had a role in enabling him with either a firearm directly, or had a role in not alerting the authorities where they knew that there was a problem. The parents were called to the school. They would not. They resisted doing anything to help the son in a couple situations, from my understanding. So, yeah, it's a big case. It's a big case. It was went up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court refused to hear it because it's basically the first time we've had the parents of someone who's committed a crime sort of be charged in association with that crime. So it's very unique. It's groundbreaking in that area like this. But I've heard with the split, he's the expert in all things. He did. He pled guilty. A lot of times they plead no contest, and this guy pled guilty. It's going to get windy tomorrow. I'm going to be driving to the airport tomorrow. My wife's flying in. It could be a bumpy landing. I'm going to reach out to MLS and see what the situation is for the media on that Crumbly case. Young Thug trial. Young Thug's going forever. That's never going to end. Yeah, this case we would want to focus not on what their son did so much as what the parents' liability is in it. So it's going to be an interesting case. It'll be difficult because it doesn't involve firearms. There's a lot of strong feelings about firearms one way or the other. But strictly the liability side is what I'm interested in, because that could be groundbreaking. Alley Lane, they've gone to a huge length already to suppress evidence. They've tried to sanitize the scene. They've limited the amount of evidence that will be allowed from the shooting itself. There's a lot that has already been ruled out. So the defense is working overtime to keep troublesome bits of testimony out of the court. Yeah, the legal precedence here is huge. This is why this case is in the headlines, I think, for me. I think we'll find out more about that conflict as the case progresses. If both cases are happening at the same time, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be hard to follow because they're going to progress at different speeds, but sort of parallel.
Are you able to tell on the burden that?
We've been waiting on this for a while, Barbara. We've been waiting because the parents, when they took it up to the Supreme Court, trying to say, hey, you can't do this. You can't charge us with something our son did. The Supreme Court refused to hear it. It's going to move forward.
Yes. I had a friend in Holland.
Okay, let's see if we can jump back down to Texas. The judge is masked up. Let's see what's happening. Oh, and then he turned off his feed. Everyone's just standing around there. We'll go back to Judge Boyd again. So James is the 23rd, Jennifer the fall. The article I read just said from Fox 2 that both trials begin on January 23rd. Maybe I've got some wrong information there.
So I can't consider being entire college. Yeah. Give me a couple of last week. And then so I just shows that.
Well, not really, but.
Give me just a second. We'll check and see if Louisiana Parole Board is happening. I think they're back in session now. I'm not showing them live. They haven't come back since the last what?
All right, Norm, is the
3 weeks
interpreter
ago.
here for this?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to reach out to MLS.
Andrew? Yes.
I want to correct a mistaken impression that we had on Friday. My client was declared competent. We had an issue with, you setting the bond. I got that. So I'm here today to make sure we're on the same page with this. So.
All right, everyone, please whisper.
The idea was she was supposed to continue her medication. This email from Christopher Wallace was her treating doctor while she was in custody at the Bexar County Jail. What he had done was given her an injection. It's called an what do you call it? LAI. She is med compliant.
Okay.
According to LAI, he gave her an injection. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So what we did was, and I want to make sure she got the authorization. So they're working on that. She went to the Center for Healthcare Services on Friday, like you instructed. And they said, no, she's good. She doesn't need medication.
Okay.
Which she does, but that's covered by the thing. So you brought us back on the 18th, which we can be here on the 18th. I just want to let you know that the file reflects she's not med compliant. She actually is med compliant. She needs to work on that continuously for the future, but she is med compliant. So I wanted to correct a mistaken impression I left. That's fine.
Okay.
That is
all right. Okay. Thank you.
Make sure we're good there.
All right.
Awesome. Please continue to. Yep.
I'll talk more about this.
Yeah.
Here.
Let me know if anything. I will look at it. Can you tell us my first day back? That's nice. Ayden. So. It's been good. So I did. And learned a lot, cut my teeth. So.
Sorry, I'm emailing right now.
As a civilian. Learned a lot. Oh, I was trying to prove myself.
There's a lot of people in court for nobody to be in front of the judge right now.
Yes.
It's quite interesting.
I will go with John.
It does. It does. There's some people.
Yes, I saw his.
Oh, okay.
Okay, email sent. Ready for the Karen Reed trial? That is a riot. That is just getting bizarre. I can't wait for that to begin and Brandy to cover that.
He's trying to.
Good morning, Sandra. Welcome. Good to have you here. Karen Reed, is that the one where she says she's been framed? Yes. That's the one with a lot of police officers at a house at a party. Her husband found dead in the yard the next morning. Possible dog bites on his arm, but they say it was a car crash. And
I don't believe that it's internal things. You know what I mean? It's testimony. And obviously, work document.
I just sent MLS. I think his name is David, right? I just sent him an email.
Yeah. Right.
So the Karen Reed trial. Kayla Newell says, I used to work in Chin's cases in Indiana, and the Crumblies could have put services in place to help Ethan. They failed Ethan and weren't able to prevent this horrible situation. I have so many feelings about this. It's a tough case, Kayla. It's the missed opportunities are heartbreaking.
7 years after.
Just join us.
It's not, we're not just talking about.
Oh, I wrote my name.
I'm not sure what the judge was doing. Reading an email, catching up, watching our chat. I don't know.
Whatever you need to do, just we can talk to the judge about it. He's on Zoom. I don't know. I can turn it on my sheet. Right now, based on
That Karen Reed trial. I'm just want to say I'm getting to the point where we want to expand a little bit on the channel of what we offer, and I've got an idea in my head that's not as expensive as the larger plan I had in place. I'd like to start having people go to lots of different trials and record them. You may not have many people on your channel during the Corey Richens trial. Why is that? I'm fine with that, but I'm just curious what there's going to be a lot of people covering it. There's many, many options to go to. Oh, Karen Reed instead. Oh no, that's cool because I'm not covering it. That's fine. That's fine. Brandy is going to do such a good job with that channel. I think I'll be over there most days as well. So.
Judge, do you have to file for the interpreter?
I was thinking KR meant
person?
Corey Richens. I'm like, I'm going to be at Corey Richens' trial.
Because I don't have that. I only have Andrade and Robert Caroline.
We'll all be over at Brandy's. That's all right. That is wonderful. I can't wait for that. Ketia, it might be a little much to sponsor you to come all the way over here to the U.S. That's a big. The system I've got that I'm working on. I was working on it over the weekend as well. Is a simple system that just plugs in and connects to the court feed, so that we can record court feeds at courtrooms. This wouldn't be sending it live, so we can record other cases and have clean feeds available that other people would then be able to use, and it would be. Anyway, it's just a plug in, push a button, and it works. Just one button. Hockey Mom 16, welcome to the gallery. Weather Watch, I think, would approve of your name. being a hockey fan himself and a professional, semi-professional hockey player. Is that what we decided it was? Semi-professional? He was pro. He was a pro.
I was thinking it was Danny.
I'm open-minded.
Mr.
I'm just,
Hinojosa,
Brandy's a
you need
friend
to
of mine.
Start your video.
Ooh, everyone be quiet. Judge is speaking.
You want to call your client?
I called him on the telephone.
He's not answering me.
I'll do that right now.
Sure.
Judge is like, you want to call your client. That wasn't a question. It was a statement. Free travel for Brits, I'm in. Yes, the Leela dog, I am covering Brian Koberger as well. We'd like to be there in person on that trial. Even though the judge is going to control the feeds and basically everyone and their dog is going to have their feed. That's fine. That's great. I'd like to be there in person for that. I think that would be very insightful.
I think it's last
I haven't been following Donna Adelson. I realize it's got some fun details with her trying to flee the country and getting caught at the airport. You know, that's always exciting, but I have not been following that one. We'll see what the schedules look like when it goes forward.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, just give us a moment.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Vice, that's the current schedule. He's on the wrong side.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Tristan Hinojosa?
I am Judge.
All right, so Norma, what's the trial date for this? How long you all expect trial to last?
This is a motion for speedy trial, Judge.
Okay, let me see, I have a copy of the motion. All right. Court is calling 2027 CR 9236. State of Texas versus Tristan Hinojosa. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Sam Locke for Mr. Hinojosa. Ready.
All right. All right, this is a motion to set aside the indictment based upon failure to afford and in violation of constitutional rights to a speedy trial. State? We'll wait till the alert goes off. Everyone, please check your alert on the phone. Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
I know people
can you
tend
give
to
me a call on
ignore
the burner
those,
phone?
but please read it because usually it's an amber
if you're
alert.
able. I realize you might be busy and when it's convenient for you. Want to talk to you about the Crumbly
All
trial.
right.
Off there.
So state, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming you're in objection?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense?
Well, Your Honor, this case was called
Time out.
today.
All right. All right, so I know some attorneys were not here, but whenever we're on the record, don't approach and don't talk behind the court reporter. All right, defense, you may proceed.
We appeared in December of last year, Your Honor, about a month ago, and given this date for a motion for speedy trial to be heard. You allowed Mr. Hinojosa to appear by Zoom, and he is present. I've conferred this morning with the state, and I'm not sure if the state is announcing ready on the motion or not ready.
All right, are you all ready on the motion?
Judge, we can be ready. We would like some more time if the court would indulge us. I talked to my investigator about getting some more information about when the warrant was attempted to be served on this case. I have an email from my investigator. He has not been able to access from whatever system he has. He can see the dates that service was attempted, but I don't have anything to show the court or defense counsel. This was the deputy that went out there and attempted service. And so I would like a little more time if the court is amenable to that, but I know that I am ready with argument if the court is not amenable to that.
Well, in order for me to make a ruling, I want to make sure that I have all of the information.
Yes, Your Honor.
So counsel, if you have no objection to continuing this, I know next week we're going to start a jury trial. So is the 22nd okay for you and your client?
May I consult my calendar, Your Honor?
And if you want to speak with your client, and I'm assuming there will be no objection to his client appearing by Zoom?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Norma, is it possible to do this on the 22nd? No, it's just a motion.
Yeah.
And there may end up being maybe one witness.
I'm supposed to be in Bandera County in the morning, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to,
may not go, but
no, if you want to pick a different date that week.
I'm sorry, Judge.
If you want to pick a different date that week. Any day but Wednesday or Friday. Or
I can be here Tuesday, Judge, or 1:30 on Monday. Either one.
All right.
We have jury selection for criminal trial division
On the 22nd?
on the 22nd.
Would the 21st at 1:30, I'm sorry, I can be there the 23rd or the 22nd at 1:30, Judge.
All right. Is that, I'm sorry, just one moment. Is that criminal trial division or family violence?
We checked for John Cates, the defendant is John Meyer, that's with Mark Stevens.
Okay. And when is jury selection starting on that?
On the 22nd, which is a Monday.
All right. How long do you all expect this hearing to last?
10 minutes.
All right. So if you all can be here on the 22nd exactly at 9 a.m.
That's the day that I have to be in Bandera.
Okay.
Presently. I mean, that could change. They could call me next week and say.
All right. 23rd, 9 a.m. Exactly at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. I'll be here, Judge, or before.
All right. And Mr. Hinojosa, are you able to be by Zoom at 9 a.m. on the 23rd?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
And then if you all would confer off docket, because maybe you're going to find something that changes his mind, or maybe he'll give you something that changes your mind.
Thank you, Judge.
So Norma, put this on the 23rd at 9 a.m.
And this is for a motion for speedy trial?
Yes. And they're telling me it should take 10 minutes. All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you all.
May I be excused?
Yes. And Mr. Hinojosa, you're excused, but you'll be back on the 23rd by Zoom.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Andrade.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have changed.
I was gonna say, am I in Bizarro World? What's going on?
No, we changed at the request of the deputies because it makes it easier for them.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Mr. Andrade.
Judge, I was just appointed a few minutes ago, and in conferring with the state and my client, he has the 3 cases pending, but apparently there are 3 at-large cases as well, to include a burglary, another violation of protective order, and what was the third one?
For those maybe
2 violations of protective order.
Okay.
The state doesn't have those files available. I'm going to reach out to the intake attorney, Victoria Fernandez, and ask if I can get some information about them. what I was going to request is maybe if we could be recalled for later in the week,
Okay.
just to kind of see where things are. My client has been requesting bond reductions, but as I explained to him, his bonds are only 10,000, 10,000, and 20,000, and he's a habitual offender, and so I don't anticipate any judge lowering those bonds. Currently, on top of that, it wouldn't make any sense to make the bonds if he has 3 potential new cases about to be indicted. So I think he understands at this point what I've explained to him.
All right. Norma, on this case, because we're going to be in jury trial, correct?
This week?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. If you can call them back, we can do it Friday at 9 a.m., but everybody needs to be here at 9 a.m. Yes.
And if I have news in the meantime, I'll come back and inform the board.
All right. So we'll recall Friday at 9.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, Judge.
You're welcome. Jared Pena. Good morning. Hi. You're on this side, counsel.
No.
All right. So where are we on the PTD?
We have a signed agreement.
Okay.
My understanding, I may be incorrect, but you just need to give us a reset date. I'm gonna turn this in the fourth, turn this in the 4th floor.
Yes.
They'll take it from there.
All right.
Is that correct?
Yes. So we'll bring you back on. We'll bring you back on February 8th. Because that's a month.
And how does this work? He comes.
Oh, he'll show up, and what will end up happening, either his case will have been dismissed because he's followed through on everything, or either they will tell me he's not.
Okay, but he needs to be here for sure.
Yes, unless his case is dismissed.
Understood.
Yes. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Jared Pena, they're coming back on February 8th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a seat, sir. You'll take it to you.
All right.
And that's for a PTD. Okay. You know how long Herman's gonna be on? Oh. And so, what's the other person's name? All right, let me email her.
She's in the back of the boardroom here. She's on.
Okay. I will email. We'll see if it's better coming from me.
Suppose, I mean.
All right. Just had a great talk with David. Awesome guy, by the way. Making law simple. Shout out his channel, by the way. Let me post this real quick. Go back here.
Hey, Judge. Can we approach sort of off the record?
Yes.
Can we approach off the record?
Just give me one moment.
No. Keep the cameras going. Okay, give me a second. Let me share Making Law Simple stream here. Love what he's doing. He's actually a little bit further ahead of me on the same sort of project that we're doing to bring you trials that aren't covered by the bigger the bigger networks. There we go. I think I posted that there. This is making law simpler right here. He's working with the court to get access in that Crumbly case. So we're going to see if we can work with him and help him out in any way, and then also obviously partner that way for video as a video source. So we'll stay in touch there and see what we can do. Uncivil Law, welcome. Good to have you here, my friend Kurt. Good morning. All right. She always compliments the clothes. No one dresses up for plays, ballet, airplanes, or church anymore. Krista, she compliments everyone as if that everyone else is going to listen and get the idea that maybe they should do the right thing. But she never, like, if somebody doesn't know, there's some people who are like, it's their first time in court. She always is as patient with them the first time, always. Let's see. Thank you, Samantha Terry, for putting that other. We'd love for you guys to give MLS a subscribe on YouTube. Looks like he's got some great stuff. We've run into a couple streams that he's been on. I think I was with the Broken Baker. I don't know. I'm trying to remember where I saw you last, MLS, on a live stream, other than your own channel. But appreciate that. We'll see if we can spread the love a little bit that way. All right. Thank you, Rachel, for the endorsement, and thanks. Who was it? I don't know who brought it up in chat and suggested I reach out to David. That is awesome. I thank you very much for. I don't have a monopoly on good knowledge, right? A lot of you guys have some great information and knowledge, and especially about other YouTubers or other content creators, lawyers out there that are just phenomenal. So I appreciate you guys sharing that here. That's definitely appropriate and just fine for this channel to do. We love recognizing all the great work that goes on YouTube. I am not the best place to be for all things. So if there's somebody else out there who's covering something that is doing a great job doing it, or has a trial that's worth it, we'd love to send people over there and we could all learn together from them. So appreciate you guys sharing that here. All right, where are we at? The judge has muted the mic for something off the record. And this gentleman in this fine suit with matching fine tie, which was not purchased at a thrift shop just recently, is clearly making the judge smile a little bit, but we'll see what's happened. Of course, we have Grizzlies in chat. Lots of them. That's fun. All right. Thank you, Sandra, for the subscription over on MLS. You'd definitely appreciate that. It's I can tell you from what I'm doing on my end, and lining up what he's doing right now, it's not a cheap or an easy endeavor to live stream a court case. Especially to be the pool media photographer, to be the one responsible for capturing the audio, the video, following all the court decorum orders for filming, and having people there. I mean, it's a manpower thing. So there'll actually be like a daily cost of somebody that probably will need to be paid to follow all these rules and be present all the time and get it right 100% of the time. It's not a small endeavor. So big shout out to MLS for that. Thank you. All right, let's see. Grizzly fan here. All right, I was watching Grizzly True Crime did I think they covered this the Bradley case up in Washington that we're looking at covering as well. They did a sort of a deep dive on that. This is the gentleman, the gold digger guy who was initially charged in one murder. But then they found 3 others. Okay, and so now he's charged in 4. So and every one, it seems that he's sort of told them the same story. You've got somebody that he says, "Hey, I need your help." He doesn't go to him and says, "Hey, can I please have some money? You're rich, or you just got a huge insurance settlement, or life insurance payout or something." He doesn't go to them asking for money. He's like, "Hey, I need help digging up this gold." And so he's basically going to them and saying, "Hey, if you'll help me, I'll help you out. I'll give you money." And so these people, several of them were suspicious, but went with him anyway. Ended up basically digging their own graves and not digging up gold. And so he would kill them and bury them, and then take their car and take their money, take their drugs, whatever the case may be. Allegedly, these are the facts that are going to be presented in the case as against him. So we'll see how that goes. That's an interesting case. All right. Thank you, Shannon's Cooper. I appreciate all those who are subscribing to MLS. David's a great guy. Just talked to him on the phone and looking forward to being able to work with him a little bit. All right. Looking forward to the Gold Digger trial. Yes, it's going to be fantastic. I have not looked into this one, Krista. Not yet. I've got so many things that were sent. Let's see. Is that the Georgia one? Let's see. Let me find it here. I read your messages, but I didn't get everything researched. Let me charge this phone before it goes dead. I think I'm ready for a new phone, guys. Maybe I can give this one to Mrs. R.A. Mine basically has to be on charger all day just to stay up. Let's see. This is Susan Morales. Went missing in summer of 2022. Months later, her remains were found in the woods. She was 16 years old. Oh, man. Ex-police officer charged in the killing. Wow. He's been denied bonds twice. There's no indication that the victim was shot to death. He was a police officer. He worked a job doing security at a place or he lived near where she was going on out that night. Possible stalking allegations against the defendant as well. What's the schedule on that? I didn't see the schedule, Krista, as to when that's going forward. Now, this off the record stuff is taking forever. I'm ready to. I'll look at the prosecutor spinning his pen like that. That's cool. Attorney Melanie Little is also covering Karen Reed. Don't think she's going to do the full trial coverage. She does a great job on recaps as well, though. So that would be, I think she's a full-time lawyer. So it's difficult for people who have full-time legal jobs to cover a full trial like that full-time. I think the judge should be back on the record here in just a second. Red pen, that would be hilarious. June 2024. Let me put this on the calendar. I don't have a lot for June right now. Let me get this on here, Krista. Let's see. Trying to remember the defendant's name here. Former police officer. Miles Bryant is the defendant's name. Okay, and this is Gwinnett County, Georgia.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened. All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All right. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do waive, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're proceeding on the lesser included offense of an assault bodily injury.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Chapman, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, married cohabitation as a Class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment is anywhere from a year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Do you?
Ms. Chapman, has anyone forced you or coerced you or placed you in fear to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, married, or cohabitation. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. State is recommending community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 8932. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as a primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes,
Is
Your
that the plea? State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, state is requesting your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be no harmful or injurious contact with Timothy Amaya. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states one in all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. State, have you had contact with the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court will review states exhibits 1 and attachments for sufficiency.
Let's see. Yes, we're all true crime addicts here. We're looking at covering both those cases, the Idaho 4 and the Sarah Boone case. Sarah Boone is a little bit trickier. We're still working on that one as far as coverage. She was slated to begin her trial on the 29th, but it's looking now that that might push because they've just requested another expert witness, a psychiatrist expert witness, and she's expensive. Oh, she's expensive. If that gets granted, I'm pretty sure she's going to need more than 30 days to get prepped for trial.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd have to wait. Yes,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we've negotiated this plea bargain. My client's here before the court accepting responsibility and pled no contest. Your Honor, my client has accepted responsibility. We're asking that you follow the plea bargain today
She and the complainant do have children together. We're asking that you honor the no harm or
Parenting
injurious
classes.
contact so that they can co-parent. But with that, we'd ask that you follow the agreement, Judge. My client also is on the GPS monitor. I was appointed last month on this case, and we're asking that you also remove that as a condition of bond now that she's on probation.
All right. How many children do you have?
5.
What are their ages?
One's 20, 18, 5, 7, and 9.
All right. And are the children with your husband?
They're with me and my oldest son. We just got an apartment, so.
So you're living with your older son with the children?
Yes.
And is the complainant in this case the father of any of the children?
No. Oh, I'm sorry, say that again?
Is the complainant in this case the father of any of the children?
Yes.
I mean, were you there, counsel?
No, Judge, we conferred in the hallway.
Okay.
She didn't understand the question.
Yeah.
All right. So which children is he the father? Is it the 5, 7, 9-year-old?
He's the father to all of them. All 4 of the 4 youngest ones. He's the biological father.
All right.
My oldest, he's not the biological father, but he has raised him since he was 8 months. So that technically is his dad.
All right. And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you are going to get drug tested today.
Okay.
All right, let's do a drug test and then I'll come back and make a decision. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
She's like,
Yes, just give
Go
me
get a cup.
1 moment.
drug test.
Before you approach with that, let me see, who's here with the interpreter?
Bueller?
Let me take up
Bueller?
the case with the interpreter first.
Yeah.
Who is the defendant? What's the name?
Is it Pardales, Christian Pardales Bonilla?
All right, can I see, are you all ready to proceed on that?
We're ready, Judge.
Can I see that file, please?
Is there anything?
Oh, are you all ready on Portales or no? All right, they're not ready. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Mark Costa?
Mr. Costa, is that a Christmas sweater? No, it's a flannel shirt. I was way off. Wow, I need to check my eyes. Attorney's a little self-conscious. Straighten the tie.
All right, and yes. Yes, I do.
Are those pearl buttons?
All right, Mr. Costa, you were late for court. Why?
I didn't think I was late. I guess I was, but
No, I mean, 9 o'clock is the start time. So if you're not in the courtroom at 9, you're late. So again, why were you late?
sorry, ma'am. I was anticipating that long line at the entrance, and then also I couldn't find my card when I was trying to pay for parking.
Okay, so I walked in the courthouse and there was not a long line. So here's the thing.
Busted.
If I'm on time, you should be on time. And I will tell you what people would always tell me when I was a defense attorney. I would always want to be on time. But you know what they would tell me? They're like, Stephanie, you don't need to be on time. Your client needs to be on time. And then as judge, when I'm always running to be in the courthouse so I can be on time, you know what people tell me? Judge, you don't have to be on time. And I'm like, yes, I do, because I don't want people to do what I myself would not do. So if I plan in my day to battle through traffic, to consider the line and all of that, then you need to plan for that. Because guess what? If you're not on time, you know what ends up happening? Your attorney's going home, but you may not. You may end up having a warrant issued for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, it's a first setting. We received an offer. We're just asking for some time to talk about the offer and the case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Costa, can I have a 45-day reset, please?
45-day. That's a long one.
And Mr. Seeloff, the person from Veterans Treatment Court, they're on their way over.
Oh, they are on their way over?
Yes.
So I'll wait, I guess.
Yes. Yes, thank you. All right, February 29th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, who's next?
Who's here on Ayden Garcia?
I'm here, Your Honor.
What is happening with this case and where is Ayden Garcia?
Approach.
Yes.
He was recently deported and he is in Mexico. I notified the DA that he will not be here today.
All right. So unless I get information that he's in Mexico, we're going to have a hearing on whether or not he should continue to be on bond. All right. Court is calling 2019 CR 11707, State of Texas versus Ayden Garcia. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins, State, Your Honor.
Defense?
I'm El Dape for Ayden Garcia.
Okay. All right. Off the record for a moment. So on the case that's in the motion to revoke the cruelty to non-livestock animal, has that case been indicted or no?
It is not yet, Judge. I did have the officer here. I just cut him loose because, I conferred with defense. But I was going to have the officer here available to testify.
All right. We're back on the record. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:57 a.m. Defense, where is your client?
Your Honor, my client is not a citizen. He was recently caught by immigration authorities and was deported. As of last night, he's in Nuevo León, Mexico.
All right, Deputy Lord, did you make an announcement?
Revoke bond. So the judge is waiting for evidence that he's been deported.
You want to download and give it back here?
They're swapping USB drives.
Your Honor, he is not out there.
All right, State.
Your Honor, state asks for a bond forfeiture.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you bring documentation that proves that he has been deported, of course, the court will reconsider because deportation would be outside of his control. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
That's all we have, Madam Excuse.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bashan, on Ayden Garcia.
Just with verification.
That's a bond forfeiture. They tell me he's been deported. Okay. All right, Christian Bordalas Bonilla. Can I have parties announced for the record? For the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense?
Albert Chidas for Mr. Bonilla.
Look how close the
Mr.
bailiff.
Bonilla?
Look how close the bailiff is behind these defendants now.
Yes.
After the Las Vegas
All right, and we
incident.
have an interpreter present. If you could raise your hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the
I thought it
record.
was for him.
Norma Neo.
All right. And Mr. Bonilla, all of the documentation that I'm going to be reviewing with you is in Spanish. I'm sorry, is in English. Has that documentation been reviewed with you in Spanish?
Yes.
And counsel, are you fluent in Spanish?
I am, Your Honor.
And were you able to explain these documents to your client in Spanish?
I was, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case? And did you review it with your client?
I have and I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Bonilla, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the document with your attorney entitled True Bill of Indictment? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did understand it.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are.
Mr. Bonilla, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Evading arrest.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Is that a Louis Vuitton bag? Can somebody tell me the brand and
Yes.
the
And did you intend to
approximate
give up
value?
those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He was and he is.
Mr. Bonilla, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? All right, excuse me. There's no approaching while we're on the record. All right, we're back on the record.
No,
No, nobody.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
Counsel, have you advised your client of the impact this plea will have on his immigration status?
I have, Your Honor. My client is a Honduran citizen. He is not a U.S. citizen. He does not have any kind of status in this country at this time. I did explain to him that even deferred adjudication will be considered a guilty plea for federal purposes, and it can impact his ability to stay in the country, come back to the country if he leaves the country, and if he applies for residency or citizenship, it will have an impact on his application.
All right. And counsel, do you feel satisfied with your background in immigration law to inform him whether or not he's going to be deported or not?
I did check to see if there's an ICE hold. It looks like there's not, although it's possible there is. I explained to him that for immigration purposes, this is going to be a felony conviction. And so because he's undocumented, even if he hadn't committed an offense, he's subject to removal. But because he did allegedly commit an offense, they'll treat it as a conviction and it'll impact his ability to stay in the country. So they would seek removal proceedings against him if they know he's in the country.
All right. Mr. Bonilla, do you understand by entering a plea in this case that will have an impact on your immigration status here?
Yes, I do understand.
All right. Do you understand that based upon your plea in this case, you may be deported, excluded from the United States, and not allowed re-entry into the United States?
Yes.
All right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
See,
Yes.
Council, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
Outside the
Cover this in
agreement, the
just a
state
second.
is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Cynthia.
Yes, I do understand.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Number point.
No contest.
Any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Wavering and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your
I'll
attorney?
explain it when she reviews
Did
the
you
evidence.
understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
I see. See,
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
see,
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there would be no live testimony. Did you understand?
see,
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Here she goes. Okay, so the difference between pleading guilty and saying no contest, pleading no contest. Guilty, you're admitting guilt. No contest, you're basically accepting the punishment, but not saying that you were guilty. You're saying there's enough evidence the state could convict me on this, but I'm not going to plead guilty. Pleading guilty can cause problems for appeals. It can cause issues with other crimes that you may be charged with. It could just expose you to more civil liability. But not every court allows you to plead no contest to serious crimes. This court does. Oftentimes in a plea deal, the prosecutors may require you to plead guilty to get the plea. But here they're allowed to plead no contest. So hopefully that answers a little bit. A no contest plea can't be used as evidence against you, where a guilty plea can. So does that answer the question? Great question, by the way, Matt. Appreciate that. Samantha Terry gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Samantha. And then she just gifted 5 more, I think. Hang on one second. Let's see who the first 5 went to. Hey B, Krista Munn, Sweet and Salty, Holly Henderson, Nicole. And the last 5 went to Judge Me Not, Kelly Evans, Java Jive, Daily Watcher, and Patty B. Thank you very much, Samantha Terry, for your generous donations. One of our great mods, by the way. Oftentimes, the first encounter somebody has on our channel with someone in chat is with Samantha. She's just that welcoming. So thank you very much. All right. Lots of evidence. She's still reading. It sounds like this was like a car chase of some sort.
All right, if we can go off the record.
Ooh, it gets good here.
All right, so in the police report, you can keep it on, that's fine. In the police report, it's listed as S1. Well, I'm sorry, in the police report, it's listed as AP1. But in identifying parties, they're not listed as AP. So unless there's something else submitted, I don't know who AP is.
Let me see if I can get the prosecution guide off the judge.
All right, sure.
She's found a
So
detail.
There's a difference between SP1 and AP1. Right?
Yes. All right, so once I have that, then we'll continue.
Want to see Judge?
Yes.
She,
Hello, Castillo?
she catches little details like that in the paperwork.
And probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 9687, State of Texas versus Joel Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is there a man bun here?
Defense.
Jessica Joyner.
All right, and are you Mr. Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery.
Jerez, thank you. Gifted 5 memberships as well. Skybell Taylor, Rudisol,
Is there an application on this case?
Jen Christie, Matt D. Congratulations, Matt. And Justice Obsessed.
I don't have one in the file.
Let me get one for you, Judge, and we'll read it.
All
Busy
right,
the Gamer
it's right
Mom.
over there.
Yes, attention to detail. She's
Is this
good
going
at
to be
this.
an application for regular probation?
Hey, B. Glad you could be here live. It's a 70s Johnny Depp. There is a man bun. We got the profile view. Well, I think it's close. It's more like a ponytail. When it matures, it may be a man bun. Look at that flowered pen. Oh, that is great. I love that. No one's going to steal that one.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
Someone put the file here.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
With regards, I have before me a motion to substitute counsel, Bobby Leahy.
He's with my friend, Judge.
All right. Are you all asking me to grant this motion?
Yes.
All right,
She
that
wants
will be
off.
granted. And Mr. Castillo, the attorney who's here today, that's the attorney you wish to represent you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Castillo, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a
third
plea
DUI?
bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Castillo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Very satisfied, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And off the record for a moment, did you do a trial court certification?
Probably not, Judge.
Uh-oh. Need to do that.
It's Monday.
It is.
But you know what? You put a smile on your face and realize that you're not retired and you just keep going, keep pushing forward.
Realize you're not retired. Meaning that's one way to look at, I have to go to work today. Britta, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you very much. Also, Bug Dugger gifted a membership, followed by Regina Crawford. Weebug, Ivy Berlin.
There's nothing else I'm missing, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Judy
good.
K.
I'll know
McGee,
once I
all
go through
gifted
the paperwork.
memberships.
Just give me one moment because we're on the record. And Mr. Seeloff, if you could, you may want to confer with the state about the Veterans Treatment Court. And then after I finish this plea, I'll take your case up.
State is right before you.
All right.
May I approach?
Yes. You're welcome. All right. Did you review we're back on the record. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. State recommends community supervision. The DWI intervention course, VIP, driver's safety course, 2-year driver's license suspension, and ignition interlock for half the term. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is, Judge, and we have two issues we wanted to discuss with you prior to completing the plea.
All right, state, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, there been any such motions?
No.
Outside the agreement, state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 180 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yeah.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State Exhibit number 1 with all this attachment.
Any objections? All right, state, you may be excused to continue to confer. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
All right, so 3 DUIs, if that's what I heard correctly, or maybe it's a DUI 3rd degree felony. I don't know. Well, there's a 3 in there somewhere. Either way, don't drink and drive. Memberships are flying right now. Thank you very much, Bug Duggar. Also, Tumwater Choi, Santa Oliver, Samantha Terry just gifted another 10. Is somebody trying to target a certain person here? Let's see, lots of people. Names turning green here. Super generous gifts today. Thank you so much. 3rd DUI, now 3rd degree felony. Someone tell him about Uber. Seriously. It's...
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
There's just a couple of things I want to bring up with regard to the plea bargain. Is this the appropriate time to do it?
Yes.
Okay. One is that my client has a funeral to attend between Tuesday and Thursday of this week.
Yes, ma'am.
And so he and his family intended to travel to Brownsville, and his sister was going to be the driver. So currently he has ignition interlock installed on his vehicle in which he's required to blow twice a day. So I'm asking for the court's permission for him to travel without his vehicle between Tuesday and Thursday to go to his grandmother's
Father's mother.
Okay.
I don't see this
And
happening.
next issue, or is that the only issue?
No, there's a couple other ones.
Okay.
The other one is that if there's 10 years jail as a condition of probation, I'd ask that he be able to use an ankle monitor instead and travel to and from work, between work and home. And then I'd like to ask the court to probate the $500 fine.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think
And
all
when
these are
is this
happening.
Brownsville?
Excuse me?
Brownsville, when is that?
When?
When?
So the service is going to be on Wednesday, but we plan to leave on Tuesday and come back on Thursday.
We kind of leave.
All right, state, do you have any objection to them driving a different vehicle and not his vehicle to Brownsville? He's saying that he will not be driving, that it will be the sister.
Judge, I think it's just whether the courts are comfortable with it. I'm not opposed to it, but I'd like to, if he is going to do that, I'd like an affidavit of non-driving to be filed with the court.
Okay. So here's my question. Why can't your sister drive your vehicle?
I mean, right now it's not really that dependable. I have to have it towed with the interlock frequently. So it's kind of not safe. The startup will make it not turn on when it turns off.
All right, probation, any suggestions? Everyone, please whisper.
Saying that the car is inoperable?
Well, I mean, it turns on and off. I took it to the service center and it says it's the starter.
I've been able to turn it on frequently, but there's moments when I won't turn back on.
So let me ask you this, is it possible to have him get a portable for while he's,
No, Judge, that will just incur like
10,000.
while he's gone to Barnesville.
Mm-hmm.
No, that will be like way too much money. We could do a drug patch while he's gone.
okay.
But the car situation is, I do have a couple more questions.
Yes.
So do you drive any other vehicle?
I've been getting rides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
All right, so just 1 second. Everyone. We're still on the record. So if you all will talk not in front of the inmate box. All right. Yes.
Okay, so you've been getting rides everywhere?
Well, just to work and home. I mean, that's all I can do right now.
But you're still blowing into your.
Yes, I mean, as regards to turning on and if I have to from the pre-trial probation, I've been doing it twice a day.
All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask for an affidavit of non-driving. We're going to do 30 days GPS, partial for work in lieu of the 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $500 fine. That will be
Sandra, thank
probated.
you.
Sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. Proof of employment within
Parenting
30
classes.
days. What do you do?
I'm a process assistant for Amazon.
All right. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider
I'm a driver for
or with
Amazon.
minors. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
180 hours of community service restitution. If you wish, you can buy those out at $7.25 per hour. I recommend the San Antonio Food Bank, but I just do that because there's usually a shortage. But if there's another charity you wish to donate to, you can,
Yes, ma'am.
but not the human fund.
Yes, ma'am.
Not the.
The human fund. You've never seen Seinfeld. It's a made up charity. So there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. Defendant is allowed to travel to Brownsville
She's given him everything he wanted. I'm surprised.
with a patch, and only if you've done an affidavit of non-driving.
So the patch will tell if he
So if that affidavit of non-driving is
Used
not
any
in,
drugs, right?
you cannot attend. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that is to be Tuesday.
Yes.
Leaving tomorrow.
We'll be planning to leave in the afternoon and then see for the sheriff for Wednesday.
All right, so that's Tuesday, January 9th through, you're coming back on Thursday?
Yes.
So I'll do it from Tuesday to Friday.
Would I need a report if I get here earlier, just for work purposes?
Oh, if you come back earlier, just call probation and let them know.
Okay.
So
not sure what the
that's
patch
the
is.
9th through the 12th.
a drug patch of some sort.
And that's because you never know what happens at funerals. But you're anticipating being back on Thursday. So if you're back on Thursday, then you're back on Thursday. But sometimes I've discovered that funerals turn into family reunions, really. All right.
For
So
all
that'll
but
be
one.
Tuesday through Friday, no driving, and he's to have a patch.
There's the patch. He is
I'm
buying.
going to want field visits.
He is given the
one time
option to
month
buy out.
for 3 months, and then thereafter at probation's discretion. Do a TAP evaluation, follow results.
Parenting
I
classes.
personally think he's going to need intensive outpatient treatment. So if they ask for inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they ask for outpatient treatment or sober support, I still want intensive outpatient treatment. And there's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. The only exception to those 90 and 90 is if he's in Brownsville and something's up where he can't do those for those 4 or 3 days. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, did you mention the DWI?
Oh, I am so sorry. That is, That is so true. I was focused on Brownsville. All right, there's to be the DWI intervention course, VIP Live. There is to be the driver's safety course,
Parenting, Judge. Parenting.
2-year driver's license suspension, ignition interlock for half the term.
2-year suspension.
Anything else, probation?
Hang on, 2-year suspension and ignition interlock?
No, Judge. All right, anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to
missing
Appeal.
something?
Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. I see in your past, there's some DWIs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are probably a person who cannot drink alcohol at all. I don't drink alcohol. I think it tastes nasty. That's just me. And I never acquired a taste for it. People would tell me, I know it doesn't taste good now, but acquire a taste for it. And I'm like, why would I do that? But okay, I still think it doesn't taste good. So I don't drink. Some people do. What you've got to realize is when people leave their home or leave a restaurant or a party and they've been drinking, they never have an intention on going out and killing somebody. But you know what ends up happening? Usually there's an accident, and the person who's intoxicated, they come to court, they're crying, they're devastated. And guess what? The person who wasn't drunk, the soccer mom or whoever it is, they either have major injuries that they'll never get over, or you end up killing somebody. Do not be that person. You cannot drink alcohol at all. And while you're on probation, you can't drink alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if there's something that you need, you feel like probation is not addressing that issue, you can come back to court. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And see if, do a referral. We're going to do a referral to felony drug court. Just see if they'll accept him. Felony drug court would probably be what's best for you. Okay? Can I have that file back, please? Yes.
The state's in agreement. If they leave it with you, judge, and you want me to.
That was the loudest whisper I've ever heard.
Oh, you may be seated. Probation is going to go contentious with you. We're going to take care of that right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. All right. Robert Caroline, come forward, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Caroline, come forward.
Mr. Garrett.
All right, Mr. Caroline, the reason why I called Veterans Treatment Court to come down is because you're a veteran and they may be able to help you. I'm sure they would, better than I'm able to help you. Thank you so much for answering the bat signal and coming down quickly.
Yes, Judge Boyd.
All right, so he's entered a plea to count 1 and count 2, but when I was reading in the police report, it appears that he's homeless. We have a lot of homeless veterans in, what is this, Military USA?
Yes,
So I know that in order to be with Veterans Treatment Court, it's pretrial diversion, or either he's on probation.
On probation.
So what do we need to do here?
So after we receive the referral, I'll need to collect his DD 214. He'll need to write a letter of interest, and then it'll just be a matter of scheduling him for an actual assessment with one of our VJOs. Right now with the wait list, Judge, we're looking at about a couple of weeks.
All right. So I've already found him guilty of count 1 and count 2. What we'll do is we'll reset this for us to get an update from Veterans Treatment Court. So, Mr. Caroline, I know you were probably hoping to be out, but I see that you're homeless. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall this in 2 weeks. At that time, I'll make my ruling on your sentence. So hopefully Veterans Treatment Court will have you in their program, and it'll be a seamless transition for you to have housing and all of that. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Norman, can we recall it back for the week of the 22nd? Would that give you enough time?
Till when, I'm sorry, when, Judge?
The week of January 22nd.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we come back maybe on the 25th or so? All right, so
at what time? 9?
Yeah. So we'll be back on January 25th at 9 a.m. All right, make sure you have that letter prepared for them because they want you to write a letter and I'm sure she's told you about what the letter should be.
I can elaborate a little bit more for him.
Okay. And he may not have access to pen and paper at the jail.
You'll be.
Right.
I'll be working on it.
Yes.
Whatever I need to.
All right. Is there anything else? All right. Thank you, Mr. Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm.
All right, we're going to try to jump over to Thurston County here really quickly.
Yes. Okay.
Judge, can I approach with an agreed order?
Just a second. I'm
Not
going
yet.
in order of the cases that I've received. So if you want to hand it to the clerks, we'll get it to the clerks. All right. The other person is Chapman. Who's here on Chapman? And are you already on Bonilla too?
We're going to bail on that. Here we go.
So
Up to
February
Thurston.
26th, we'll be back. So back to Mr. Austin, Mr. Thompson, have you found the document?
It should be in the judge's folder now, Your Honor.
Great, okay, there it is.
We've got 2 Thurston courts going right now. We might jump into the other one too.
So, Mr. Thompson, the idea here is, let's see, dismissal of the resisting on entering, but I understand from Ms. Lesh, this would be, if there's success, amended to driving while spending the 3rd degree, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, and then also dismissal of the insurance ticket if there's an entry of the SOC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Austin, now that I understand, I want to make sure you do. So I'm going to go through this, what we call this. It's kind of a contract you're entering with the state and with the help of your attorney. And do you feel, first off, that you had enough time to work with Ms. Lesh to make this decision to enter this agreement?
Yes.
Okay, and it's all about the driving while suspended in the 2nd degree.
We're going to jump to this other court. Give me just one second.
Do you understand in this agreement are all of your rights to have a trial? Do you understand those rights?
I do.
And you know you're giving up those rights to have a trial if you enter this agreement?
Yes.
Is that your choice?
Yes.
Okay. So the upshot is that you're committing that you will.
Okay, we're going to leave that one rolling, but we'll jump back to it later. We're going to jump to the other Thurston court right here to see what's happening here. Just one second. Go live.
Want to get a copy of that order and keep it with you.
There we go.
And Ms. Langley, are we ready on Ms. Moan?
Go live.
Your Honor, that's going to be a change of plea to an amended charge. Just finishing up the form.
Okay, thank you.
Be a minute or two.
Lots of activity up in Thurston today. Amanda's tired. Hey, I feel that. I feel that. Do we have a sleeper? Yep. There she goes. I have not seen anything from parole, Louisiana parole, in the last couple of weeks. They've sort of had that time off. Steven's Hot Chocolate is out for delivery from Sam's Online. $10.84 free shipping with my membership level. No, see, that sounds awesome. That's a deal. Judge Buckley looking casual, no robe, doing the robeless look today. The chair is vacant. He's working from home, I think, judging from home. If I were a judge, I would be so strict. I would not allow any portrait mode video. And if your face left the frame of the camera, instant bench warrant. Bench warrant. Ooh, you've got mail.
So the court want to address any of the FTAs from 9 o'clock this time?
Brian, maybe we can just go.
Oh, no problem.
Pardon while I do some research on Sam's Club regarding hot cocoa. Just 1 second. Bench warrant. It's a warrant the judge puts out from the bench, and basically says this person was supposed to be in court and was not. So we're going to pick them up as soon as we run into them. If we pull them over for a ticket, if we question them for some reason, in a police stop or just any sort of police interaction where they would run their name or their driver's license number or their social security number, it would come up with the flag saying, hey, they missed court. Drag them in here in cuffs. And that's what would happen. Usually it has a small financial side attached to it, but like $500 or something. With new parole channels up. Is she kicking something? Amanda Moon is not happy about being here.
Right, they don't see Ms. Hamilton.
He's taking forever to do these FTAs. Amanda, you might need to get up and walk around. Sometimes that helps you stay awake.
He has warrant history, lots of it. No active warrants.
We can change that though, Judge.
$2,500 cash or bond for Ms. Hamilton. Strike the jury.
Your Honor, in light of the fact that she called me on Friday, and she called me, would the court consider striking the jury and just trying to set a new date on this?
Seriously?
I don't know where she is. She knew about this hearing.
Is he seeking a warrant or willing to just note the hearing date?
Well, that was my thought because she has been in contact. So.
Yeah, these noises
I guess my
drive me
concern,
nuts.
she has prior warrants. This is a case that there's some mandatory jail time. I think at the last, hearing, the court may have made an inference that if it doesn't resolve it, not likely to continue. So if she gets in contact with Ms. Langley for some reason, after the fact, she's likely to quash the warrant. But I think considering a warrant's appropriate, but I don't know what that conversation was with Ms. Langley, if there was any confusion.
All right, what I'm willing to do is we'll strike the jury set for the 17th. We'll keep that date. So my expectation is that Ms. Hamilton would show up for a jury trial on the 17th. So we can take care of a resolution if it happens on that date. But if she doesn't appear, the warrant will issue on that date, but we will strike the jury for the 17th. So Ms. Langley, if you speak to her, the expectation is that she does appear on the 17th of January.
Okay.
We don't often get to go see stuff out of New York, so let's see if we can go here really quickly.
And are we ready yet on this one?
I just see the plea paperwork came to me. I'm going to review that now. I'll get it to the court soon.
Here we go. Let's see if we can go. See if these guys are live. They are.
On this application, please dial 646-518-9805 or 888-475-4499, our toll-free number. At the prompt, you will enter the webinar ID number 837-7577-1024 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt after that, you will just press pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you will press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute if calling on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already and wish to participate, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom
Raise
of
your
your
little Zoom
computer
hand.
screen. Once you are recognized, you will have 3 minutes in which to discuss.
Those be the rules. None of us, I believe, should have any reason to do any of that, so we're just going to listen. So I shouldn't join the webinar.
Okay.
No.
Ms. Polladair, how long will it take for you to make these corrections?
I would say give us 2 weeks because it's easy to get the timetable. Just want to have the fence repaired.
Okay. All right. So you will repair the fence
And provide photos.
and provide photos of the fence repaired.
Yep.
I thought this was paroles. Board of Standards and Appeals.
Okay.
No, they're talking about fixing the fence. Oh, look at the pillar in Tony's office.
You can submit photos of the repaired fence even 1 week prior to the hearing date.
A couple of them have pillars.
Understood.
Shampa Chanda, chairperson, she has pillars as well.
Given that we're entering winter season, don't know when it's going to snow or whatever.
Understood. And they, this way they can actually get started on this building.
That didn't work.
Okay.
No one called in.
No
Raise the hands.
Okay. So this has to remain open because we need to see the timeline, the revised timeline and the improvements made to the fence condition.
Okay.
Thank
Curious
you.
about this fence.
Next item, 2016-4271BZ, 201 Hampton Avenue, Brooklyn.
I think I'm going to go sit up in
And please
court.
raise your right
Is that
hand.
okay?
You expecting anyone else?
No.
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board, and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do. Thank you. Elise Fullader.
Please state your name for the record. Let me do it first. Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments. Thank you.
Elise Fullader from Eric Polanic PC on behalf of the applicant. I don't believe you had any questions.
No, we were quite satisfied with the application. Let's go to the public.
The case we're currently discussing is 2016-4271BZ, 201 Hampton Avenue, Brooklyn.
Maybe they do want
Should you
us
wish
to
to
call.
discuss, dial 646-518-9805 or our toll-free number 888-475-4499. At the prompt, you will enter the webinar ID number 837-7577-1024 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you will press the pound sign only.
This is funny.
Once you're permitted in, you will press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute if you're calling in on the phone. And if you are in the Zoom room already and wish to participate, please
raise
your
your
Zoom
little
hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized, you will have 3 minutes in which to discuss.
I'm betting nobody dials in. Like
1 minute left.
this is
Okay.
minutes up. That was a fast minute. A fast minute. Jen says, I'm raising my little hand. Oh, we were too slow. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Are these guys like, the lady's holding up her phone for the timer. Look, you can see we're complying. We have to give 2 minutes for the public to connect.
Feels like it's going slow.
Yeah.
She keeps checking it like it's going to go faster. Well, it's been 2 seconds. Let me check it again. 9, 8, 7, 6. She's going to check it again before we're done. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Check again. Yep, still going. Not done. Longest 10 seconds ever. quack, 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 quack. She has the duck sound on the end.
Okay, I would recommend that we close this.
Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
You're
Vice
muted.
Chair?
You're muted, Vice Chair.
Aye.
There we go.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
I don't know where to
Commissioner
go.
Yoon.
Aye.
To be up here.
Application will be on for decision.
Yes,
Okay.
we will let you know when it's going to be scheduled. I would prefer it to be the end of January, but we'll get back to you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
After the timer.
Okay, next item is 2023-19A, 107, 27, 29, 31, 33, 155th Street, Queens.
Is that an address? I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. As soon as we find out, we're probably going to bail.
David Rosario is not part of this, right?
No, he should bounce, oh, sorry, I should say bounce off. Sorry, he should remove himself. He was from Sandy Ignatius case.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dale. Please state your name for the record and proceed. You're an appeals case and do not need to be sworn in.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Dale, and I represent this application. I did listen to the review session and heard the comments of the board. Primarily, it seems if there were two issues that the board would like us to address and expand our discussion in an upcoming submission. First, with respect to abandonment, we will provide additional detail on the history of the site and expand the statement of facts, and we will use, per Vice Chair's suggestion, Putnam as a guidepost to expanding that discussion. So we'll provide an additional statement.
As fun as this is, we're going to jump back to Judge Boyd.
We'll expand on the issue of serious loss. Now, it has been some time since I've done common law investing case.
3, 2, 1.
Too much out of life?
Sorry.
I believe so, Your Honor. I believe she
that got boring really quick.
Let me ask you this. What if I give her a PR bond and I don't put any conditions and she goes out and commits suicide and she has mental health issues? Who does that come back on it? Does it come back on you? Or do people go out before the media and say, oh my gosh, Judge Boyd released somebody who has mental health issues. Oh my gosh, Judge Boyd insurance is not covered by that. So let's sue her for the $1 million that she doesn't have. So no, she needs to be brought over. I don't know what people don't understand.
Can I be brought over tomorrow, Your Honor?
No, just talk to the coordinator. She'll say it. Maybe you could see if they can have her brought over today.
I'm going to back up just a little bit because something just happened that I'd like to hear. So I think it's going to be after this one, just the last couple minutes. Let's try right here.
That's the only one.
I was just curious about the fence. That was all.
Renee Presidio, why do I keep getting this back?
He wants to apply Preciado. He doesn't want to take the place.
All right, Renee Presidio. Are we ready on this or no?
We're trying to negotiate here. I don't think my client is inclined to.
All right, I'll bring you all back at 1:30.
That's fine.
All right,
Okay.
this is coming
Thank
back
you.
at 1:30. Deputies Presidio is coming back at 1:30.
We had handed
Jared Pena.
for habeas corpus earlier, but it's not, judge says not fair.
That's not fair. What?
Jared Pena.
She says it's not bad, so.
Okay, this is down.
Hi, Your Honor.
Camila Galvan.
No, Sebastian.
The judge is like ignoring him.
I had Jamie guy in.
All right, just give me a second and I'll get you.
Okay.
This, I don't normally make
You know what? If you
comments.
don't have a power, don't even worry about it. Yes.
I've never seen this style before. I've never seen this style.
All right.
Go on.
Galvan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. So where are we on this case?
Judge, we're set today for a plea offer, and we did get a plea offer.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson on Galvon, I need a 30-day reset for plea deadline date.
We can do February 8th.
All right, February 8th will be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
I was going to say Lego hair model, but I refrained from doing it. It's an interesting look. Ivan, good to have you back here in
Abel
green.
Martinez.
This guy in blue, he's like waiting.
Abel
patiently.
Martinez.
He's downstairs, Your Honor. He's still
Okay.
downstairs.
All right, 1:30.
These lawyers, they can't leave until their case gets this case gets handled. They have to stick around. And if their client isn't here, they have to keep waiting. If they're in another court. I just did. Look at this guy in blue. He is like
Jasmine Gallegos.
Here he is.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes. Where is she?
She's been in custody, Your Honor. She's been in custody for about 94 days, Your Honor.
No, I mean, is she here?
No, she's not on your docket, Your Honor. She's in custody. So that's why it's a habeas corpus motion, Your Honor. State has not indicted her. It's been over 94 days. So if we're asking for a PR bond, she can get released.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, she needs to be on the docket.
Right. Well, I told him that I can refer it down to Judge Naha, but he wanted it signed today because.
But no, she needs to be brought over.
Your Honor, she's entitled to it to 1751. It's over the 90 days.
Is she entitled to be here? I don't know why people keep doing bond motions and applications requesting a PR bond. I don't know anything about your client to set, conditions on the PR bond. So she needs to be brought over because she's in custody. So once she's brought over, then I will hear this motion.
Your Honor,
and if she's entitled, how am I supposed to set conditions for her to have a PR bond? I'm the only person who understands the rules, the new rules that the legislature had put in place. I can't just say, oh, here's a PR bond, waive fees, ta-da, you're done. I don't know if you have any mental health issues, you're done. Good luck if you happen to commit suicide and that comes back on me. I don't know why people don't understand that. So whether or not it's 94 days or whatever, just talk to the coordinator and have her brought over. Am I asking for too much out of life?
I believe so, Your Honor. I believe she's entitled to be released today.
Let me ask you this. What if I give her a PR bond and I don't put any conditions and she goes out and commits suicide and she has mental health issues? Who does that come back on it? Does it come back on you? Or do people go out before the media and say, oh my gosh, Judge Boyd released somebody who has mental health issues. Oh my gosh, Judge Boyd insurance is not covered by that. So let's sue her for the $1 million that she doesn't have. So no, she needs to be brought over. I don't know what people don't understand.
He did an eye roll.
Can I be brought over tomorrow, Your Honor?
No, just talk to the coordinator. She'll say it. Maybe you could see if they can have her brought over today. Matthew Castro.
I hope we're waiting on the defense attorney for that one, Judge.
All right, that'll come back at 1:30.
Matthew, 1:30.
Joshua Espinoza. Oh, who's here for, yes, 1:30.
Yeah, I would not want to be next on this list.
All right, on Espinoza, there's no certification of appeal.
Okay, that's great.
Bailiff's like, back up.
And is this for sentencing?
It is. It's okay.
You're on the wrong side. Thank you. Right over there. Thank you.
Court is calling 2023 CR 5393, State of Texas versus Joshua Espinoza. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Your Honor.
Defense?
Brandon Lopez for Mr. Espinoza.
And are you Mr. Espinoza?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are here for sentencing. You entered a plea of no contest on September 26th to the offense of robbery. The enhancement was waived. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And now we are here for a TAP evaluation. And now we're here for sentencing. A TAP evaluation was completed Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report and TAP evaluation state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is silent on your application. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
We don't, Your Honor.
Anything you wish you want to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I've represented Mr. Espinosa for quite some time now. I've gotten to know his family. Mr. Espinosa, we did make sure to do some mental health evaluations in this case, and and specifically looking into his PTSD from the past and those issues. He is suffering from those issues. He has various run-ins with the law, a former trip to the penitentiary. He does suffer from bipolar, from PTSD, from anxiety issues. I believe the recommendation in the PSI, or one of the recommendations, was that he'd be a good candidate for DDRF. I spoke with my client about that. She would be open to doing DDRF if the court were to grant probation. Otherwise, he's just asking for an opportunity to prove to the court that he's capable of living outside in society and being a productive citizen.
All right, so part of my concerns is his criminal history.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he has a previous aggravated robbery and a previous assault case. And he's been on probation before, and his probation was extended. I just don't think he's a good candidate for probation. I tell you what, let's do this. I don't think he's a good candidate for probation. I do understand that there are mental health issues, and for them to say that they want DDRF tells me something. It tells me that his mental health is such a state that they want him to be in inpatient. So let's do this. We're going to come back at 1:30 and I'll make a decision then.
Okay.
All right. So we'll come back at 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Everyone, we're going to go on recess.
Yay, recess.
And we're going to come back.
There we go. She's don't mess around. We went right to recess. All right. I guess now's a good time to take a lunch because it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Tetherball, monkey bars. It looks like everything fun has been spoken for already. I guess we'll go play kickball in the corner. We're going to break for lunch right now. How do I get YouTube to play my video every time a trial ends instead of going straight to Judge Doro and and Daryl Brooks? All right, it's time to play outside. We need a little bit of air, a little bit of exercise, probably a little bit of sustenance in the form of food. This is my last day without Mrs. R.A. home. So I think we have enough chips, dip, soda, and the rest to get us through. If not, it's going to be ice cream sandwiches for lunch because I am the father of the year. And that's how we roll. But that's where we're going. Brandy isn't feeling well. Oh, man. Hoping she gets feeling well soon. That's tough. That's really tough. I wish there was something we could do for her. Let's see. Lunch, I'm breaking for breakfast, says Sandra Oliver. You want to knock an enemy out, challenge them to tetherball. Tetherball is a vicious sport. Vicious. It's raining. Indoor recess for you, SF in Texas. You only. I'll be on the RA household diet for today's lunch as well. I have spicy maple bourbon pickles chilling in the fridge, ready to pop open. Luckily, all spicy maple bourbon pickles are served in single serving containers, so I'll be able to eat those for lunch and then have fire in my belly for the rest of the day. What time are we back? Give us an hour. Let's come back at 2. We're watching for a couple things. I realize there's some stuff out of Las Vegas. We're hoping to see some video of the sentencing of the Superman guy. We've got some baseball bat guy who needs to be sentenced. We've got some stuff coming up in Idaho that's interesting. several other cases we're waiting for updates for. We haven't heard anything recently in Sarah Boone's. We want to see if the judge is going to authorize that the expert witness in Sarah Boone's case. BK is due for another filing about now. Lots of things. Corey Richens' case. We need to keep an eye on that and see where that's at with the fentanyl death in Utah and Summit County. We've got let's see, Delphi case. I realize we're not going to cover that case, but the surrounding elements of that case, just the whole situation is crazy. Is absolutely crazy. Lots happening there. What else? What did I miss? They busted Superman. Yeah, it's a long story. If you haven't seen the video, it was all the rage earlier this week. Jumped over the bench, attacked a judge in Las Vegas. How spicy are the maple bourbon pickles? Ween Baby, I would say if you're eating them by themselves, I would put them at a 6 out of 10. If you have them with something else, it really does temper that spiciness. But by themselves, they can get spicy. And if you eat the pepper inside, you're on your own. I make no guarantees there. All bets are off at that point, and you just have to deal with the consequences of eating the pepper. All right. EJF sent a text. Thank you very much. I'll try to read some of those at lunch and get caught up a little bit. Let's see. We looked into... some people are asking about Karen Reed. Yes, Brandy Churchwell is going to be covering that. She has a podcast about the Karen Reed trial. That is a crazy, crazy case. The defense is saying that she's been framed, right? And they have just some weird facts that seem to give some legitimacy to that claim. It's got a lot of attention on it. It's because if it is being framed, it basically means most of the police department was involved in the setup, which is bizarre and highly unlikely in many cases. But also there are some facts that really need to be answered and questions that are hanging out there that just don't make sense, and convenient blips of video that are lost that should be there. Lots of crazy stuff. Runkle of the Bailey would love them. He loves spice. He would taste these and say they're bland. I think he has seriously burned all his taste buds in his mouth. He eats lava for lunch. Karen Reed has a huge fan base. She does. The defense has done a really good job marshaling the media as far as just on social media and public to her cause. So she does have quite a few supporters. A lot of people, even some of our own group, have been there at some of the hearings. Melanie Little's going to be talking about Karen Reed today. That case is coming up, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. We've got Buried Treasure in Washington that's coming up. We've talked about that one. That's a little bit down the road as well. I like Melanie Little. She's nice. I like her as well. Ivan says Packers made the playoffs, so no one can tell me nothing all week. Apparently, someone's happy about that. Don't know who. Why are there so many fans? I think they really they presented a lot of information. This is the Karen Reed case. They presented enough information out to the public that people said, "Hey, something's wrong here," and it sort of went viral. There were some clips. There's some very spicy lawyering and arguing that went on that got a lot of people's attention early on. Public interviews, news media, public statements that were made that really just incited a lot of people, and it got a lot of traction social media wise, and that's where the fan base came from. K-Pick says because she's innocent, she's being framed. That's why. Is Karen Reed innocent? I don't know enough about it. I will tell you that there are some things that really make me go, huh? Really? Something's not right here. And if that's the case, if I were the same mindset at the end of the trial, I would have to say this is probable. No, I have a reasonable cause to believe that this is not beyond all reasonable doubt. Let's put it that way. I would not convict her if I felt now about the case the same way. If I felt that way after the case was over. Dallas born, Boston bred, free Karen Reed. Thank you for your 11 months of support. Thank you very much. Let's go to lunch. Let's do that. I've got a Fat Boy ice cream sandwich waiting for me, which is healthy because it's dairy. And I'm going to have a sugar crash again this afternoon. That whole town are related except her. She's the outsider. Her defense lawyers are excellent. They're doing a very good job. Karen Reed, possible police corruption is the main discussion. Yeah, that's gonna be incredible. I think Brandy's gonna do a great job with that. I'm hoping she gets her health, back where she's able to live stream the way she wants to. Just thoughts and prayers with her as she's going through that challenging time. So please be mindful of that. All right, Reese's Pieces for lunch. I've got leftover M&Ms. Right here. Here we go. You guys, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again, which will be in about an hour. We'll come back at 2 o'clock, so 54 minutes. Quick lunch, and we'll be back for a little bit more, waiting for trials to start as we can start. I can't wait to watch a long trial with you guys, and we might have a few. It was great talking to MLS. If we can do the Crumbly cases and get access to that, working with him, that would be fantastic. So we'll see what happens down that road as well. All right, have some lunch. Come back here. We'll see you in a bit. Bye. I'm just checking to see if there's somebody I should send you off to before we go. Let's pop over to Grizzly True Crime. Looks like she's up. We'll see you guys after lunch. Bye.